final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Yo,
Here we go.
Happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New
Yes,
Year.
indeed. Final word.
Merry New Year.
Merry New Year.
Hey, trivia. Where does Merry New Year come from?
I don't even know.
Trading places.
Trading places. Oh,
Eddie
wow.
Murphy.
This was
Merry
it.
New Year. All right.
Yeah,
man.
I'm trying to see it over here on my end. I can't pull it up for some reason.
Hold on. Let me.
The final word.
Let me just double check.
Yeah. I'm trying to add that thumbnail to it.
Give me one
Yeah,
second.
remember. Yeah. The final word.
I'll let you know when to check, Law. Give me 1 second.
No worries, no doubt. The final word. And the word.
All right, check now. Refresh.
Refreshing time for your mind. Nope. Go to dashboard.
One more time. We got Big in the building.
The final Big Game James.
What's up, Law Nation and my dog, Boss Cowboy Sports?
The final
What's
word.
going on, OG?
The final
What's up, big
word.
dogs? How y'all doing?
Good.
The final word.
It's the final word.
Yeah.
There we
ready
go.
to get
We
this
in there
in.
like swept. As they say.
Ready to get this work in. Got Leo Collins in the building, feeling good. Haters out there, though.
Ooh.
Haters
Let
is
'em-
out
let-
there. I'm going to
let
talk
them
about
hate.
that, though. I'm going to talk about them haters in that night, though.
The final word.
Haters go hate, big dog. You know how it go.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be factions. You feel me? It shouldn't be factions. It's factions that be out there that be hating and try to downplay things. You feel me? Like in these Twitter streets. And I get tired of hearing that, dog. I get tired of hearing it. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you out there trying to poison people. You feel me? We've already done dealt with it with Michael Parsons. You feel me? We've already dealt with it with Michael Parsons with things. I just feel like, hey, be happy that Cowboys is out there trying to make things work and make things happen. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at, and y'all already know how I feel about layout. These guys out here is trying to say, hey, we're trying to do everything possible to let's get a chip. So if you go out there and get a Dalvin Cook that people saying is washed out there in these same Twitter streets, man, get out of here, dog. That's telling me we trying to get a chip.
Final word.
Yeah, this gonna be a good one. Cause I have no idea what you getting ready to say.
Me neither.
So, and you know me, bro. I love this spontaneous content. You hear me?
Yes, indeed. The spontaneity is here, baby.
Yeah, bro. Like, hey, this stuff be on the fly. We don't have production meetings. We don't talk about. Hey, we're gonna be talking about this today. This is how. Hey, we go. Hey,
And make sure you mention this. You know.
nah.
When we get to the 30-minute mark, make sure you say this.
Yeah, this ain't.
Eat a
this ain't-
pancake off the floor. You know, that type of stuff.
Right.
So everything that people saying is natural, man. It's freestylers. It's people that know how to get
Freestyle at its finest. That's why if this is freestyling, then don't play us on no basketball court. We would get y'all.
We will get you, dog. Let's go. This the last week of the final third regular season. Let's go. We gonna go out
get it
strong.
Yeah, dog. This is what we've been waiting for, right? It's about that time, y'all.
Let's go.
Kind of check us out.
About that time.
In the field, I've been really in the field, lot of rush, I love the field. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check this out. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on, baby.
Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the same. Got losing side.
Need 'em.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revenue. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now.
Who with Law,
Still the
baby?
same, not switching sides, no, it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just like what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it
too legit.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
You absolutely cannot touch that intro. You absolutely cannot. I don't care what anybody say. And it came here first. You ain't heard nowhere else.
Man, JC
No
in
doubt,
the
no
building,
doubt.
man, showing love on the super chats, man. I already put it to the
What's
side.
up, OC?
Oh, I got him muted.
I was like, damn, he didn't even say what's up. He just gave me the peace. I was like, okay.
Nah, man, no. Look, I got a noisy vehicle here, so I'm almost to my location, about 20 seconds. And what's up, Big Game James, the one, the only, Mr. B.I.G. He's our B.I.G. Big Game James in the building, man. I know you got a lot to say. Hey, look, I know you got a lot to say, man. And so, as our custom, and as customary, man, we want to kick off and hear your thoughts about all these happenings around the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I mean, I told Boss, and we talked about it just a little bit earlier before we started out. I mean, I just want to say, right now, I don't want to say no names because I don't want to just get real messy, but I just feel like it's a faction out here in Twitter. Like, it'd be a split. Like, it's like Boss talks about the old media or, the old media and the old thought. And I feel like it's combating this new media thing. Yep. And when, for instance, it happened again, in my opinion, it happened with the Michael Parsons things, in my opinion. And then it just now happened to me with La'el Collins. All you hear now, La'el Collins, you don't get excited about no La'el Collins coming here. He ain't doing nothing. He ain't this. He ain't that. He ain't blah, blah. We know all that, okay? We know he ain't played. We know this. But he was a player here in Dallas. He's gone. Why wouldn't you let him come back when you need offensive line depth on the team? Tyron Smith is not reliable. You got your left guard in Tyler Smith, who has torn plantar fasciitis in his foot. And they went out and got somebody we already knew. So why wouldn't you be happy that they're not trying to rely on rookies? Why wouldn't you be excited that they're trying to actually make a difference? They went out there and got free agents. They went out and did these things. And now you get a La'el Collins, and all I hear from certain sections is, oh, he ain't doing nothing for Dallas. It's good depth. And then when I hear about Dalvin Cook, Dalvin Cook ain't played all year. And all I hear is, oh, he's washed up. He's washed up. One person says out there on Twitter, he washed up, and everybody want to follow the narrative. He ain't washed up. They just decided to go with Breece Hall. He's younger. They used Dalvin Cook as insurance policy. Breece Hall was turning up. We don't really got to use you. Dalvin Cook said, I want to go to a contender. We got a spot right here for you. Yeah, we know about the offensive line. We understand that. But you did add some other players. Why would you add another speedster that could help your team? Maybe he could come with some power. Maybe he could do some other things. It's just the fact that you're trying. It's the fact that you're trying to put yourself out there to try to get a chip. And all these people on this certain side, y'all talk about wanting to go to the Super Bowl, all this, but when you see these Cowboys actually doing it, I hear this complaining, like, oh, he's washed up, he ain't got this. Stop complaining about the stuff. Be happy this team is being aggressive at this time, right? That's what I'm going to be happy about. They being aggressive at this time. Usually at this time, we keep on hearing, oh, we like our guys, right? We've been hearing, we like our guys. Even with the linebacker, we've been confused with it, right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and give them props when I give them props. We still frustrated with the linebacker, but they heard us, didn't they, Boss? Didn't they, Law? Didn't they, OC? They start putting Mike at off-ball linebacker. So they're obviously hearing us. We've been talking about offensive line need help. La'el Collins gets signed. We need some running back. Well, let's keep on talking about it. Maybe they go get Cook. So we're going to keep talking about it out here in these streets. And y'all can keep hating on that side, but we're going to keep on talking about resolutions and solutions to get this team to a chip over here.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. before I pass the law in OC, we better than them. Bottom line, we better than them. And that's why they doing all that. They overreaching because I keep saying this. We are the Americans versus the British. Old me is the British. They're the British. I mean that. I'm serious.
Damn red coats.
Red coats. For real. Like the British. The British, they had order. They had the money, right? They fought together, right? But what they didn't have was heart, like them Americans. So we so passionate about what we do, we really find answers. So they seeing it, they sensing it, and like what some people do, they trying to circle the wagons to protect old media. But see, this is the good thing. Like Ochoa, when he came on the final word, remember what he did? He admitted. He was like, I was acting like a gatekeeper to Lau.
Yep.
But RJ, to his credit, kept it real. But it's a whole lot of them out there didn't. You know what I'm saying? RJ basically came on and was like, you know what? I got respect for what y'all do. Y'all doing good work. You know what I mean? You know, he repented of the uppityness that was being expressed at one point, you know?
Yeah.
But it's still that some got that stench, big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know.
They try to protect each other, and they do. They do, because they write articles, they get feeders as far as information. But, we all say this, write this down. Validation is only good for parking. And what they try to do to validate themselves is they put the articles out there, and then they try to discredit you. They try to take away with what you do, and they try to put that out there on the forefront. You didn't go to media school. You're not a journalist, or all of this other stuff. Now, even though we may have a higher advanced degree in our respective fields, and we talk this on the side, I get all of that. But they try to make it about that, right? And then they try to make it about these clicks, and then they try to squeeze it by saying that they were the ones that said it first. But then when we did our homeworks and we are able to present, hey, we got access now to all 22. We got access now to player relations. We got access to go wherever you want to go. And we are being able to do this on the fly, right? With the mic, with the actual camera in our faces. And when Big Game James talked to you guys about Dalvin Cook, why he will be a beneficial to this particular team by adding experience, and excuse me, by playing with a situation that this team is going to the playoffs, right? The Jets were not. So he wasn't even privy to those situations. And even peeling back and looking at La'el Collins, hey, there's a saying, it's better to have than not to have, right? Yep. And it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. Fact. And write this down for all of the new school people out here. A new broom can sweep that floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. So La'el Collins brings forth that information to the table of experience, and he knows Dak Prescott. There's a video floating around when Dak Prescott got hit almost out of bounds. He went to fight for him, and anybody need to know this. I know for sure he's going to go ahead and say this. The OC, offensive linemen and quarterbacks not like this. When they love each other, they like this. They will fight. They'll go to the pits of the hell to protect their quarterback. And that's what La'el Collins will bring. Hell, even if he can be a fullback, hey, bring him on, So that's what we need to see. It's all about trying to put each other together so we can win that chip.
So we definitely got to talk about La'el Collins and Cook. So obviously, because that's breaking, let's go ahead and get it going. And
let's go.
And OC, I know everybody want to hear from you, man. What's your thoughts on this? Because at this point, it's early, so we gonna be spitballing a little bit. What's your thoughts on this move?
I think it's one of the best possible moves that the Dallas Cowboys could have done. I applaud them. Great move, great thinking. He's a cultural fit. He's played here. He's familiar with most of the players on this team. And he's a guy that just aged out because of injury and because of weight a little bit as it relates to being able to be fluid at the right tackle position. But we talked about this ad nauseum. We did film session after film session after film session after film session, show after show after show, talking about La'el Collins and the best way to utilize La'el Collins. And it was always a left guard. So this is perfect. This is perfect. And so he signed to the practice squad, which is also a very responsible move by the Dallas Cowboys, because they're saying, in essence, La'el, we want to see how you look. We want to see how you move. But La'el, you know and we know that you know that we know if you show up and you do some things, you're getting activated. You're getting activated, sir. And sooner rather than later, you could be starting at that left guard. And I love this for La'el because La'el has short area quickness. He just is not a guy that can fight you on the street corner, but he's a guy that can fight you in a phone booth. And that's all we need. And he's a heavy, strong guy that is near impossible to run over. He's near impossible to run over. That's what we need. We need strength at the point of attack. We need somebody next to Tyler Biadasz to help him on ace blocks or double teams. Somebody that can do enough, that can pull, that can get a short, quick set, get his hands on people, and keep Dak Prescott clean in the interior of that line. I absolutely love this move by the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, my.
Yeah,
so I gotta go around in big. I gotta ask you, and I want to hear from everybody. Potentially, if you got something else on them. What about TJ?
I mean, that's great insurance, and I mean, can TJ Bass play center too? I mean, you got guys that can play multiple positions. You feel me? I think TJ Bass should probably get the first crack, right? Because he's been there. We got to see, just like OC said, he's got to, they got to see what La'el is doing. I like TJ Bass. Okay, first and foremost, I like him. I liked him. A lot of people were talking about him. I wasn't really on him. We saw him in the offseason. We saw him in the preseason. He's a physical guy. He plays hard. When Zach Martin went down, I believe, in that Buffalo game, I don't feel like we just tailed off out the offensive line. And I like what he brings to the table. So I'm feeling good about him. Just like when you just see what Marquise says, he's raw and he's nasty. I like that. I think that's what he is, and I think he has upside, especially for the future. But you got a guy in La'el Collins, like OC said. If I wouldn't put him at a tackle right now, I would look at him at a guard. So you got something that you can fluctuate with. You got that big time strength with La'el Collins, because we know he kind of struggled at that tackle position because of the hips. We saw he wasn't as athletic, but when you're at that guard position, and OC can, tell me, I'm just going by my football knowledge of it. But if you're playing the guard, it's going to be easier for you to be able to move and just go straight forward and be able to use your power, and it won't be able to show those deficiencies that you may have had playing tackle. So that's what Cowboys need, because if you've been looking at the offensive line, people have been frustrated with Tony Pollard and things of that nature, but our offensive line has just not been in whack, and it's been bullied. It doesn't have power, and that's why, in my opinion, you got to La'el Collins, because he brings that power part to the offensive line, what you need going forward into the playoffs, because we are going to be able to need to run the ball in the playoffs. So you get a power player that can help you establish that when you're going to the playoffs.
No doubt. Yeah. Big Nate said TJ Bass is the future, right? And when you think about TJ Bass, yeah, he can't play that center. He can't play guard. He can play pretty much anywhere on that line. So, yeah, he's the future. But the person, when you see in the storm is still dry, it's because they bought that poncho or they bought that umbrella before the rain. And that's what we're doing with La'el Collins. We bringing him in just in case someone else lay down, right? So let's not figure this thing out slowly, but let's figure this thing out fast. We got, like you said, Tyler Smith with that plantar fasciitis. That could be anywhere between 2 or 3 weeks. And why suffer through that when you can get a Band-Aid for right now? So I do like being the move of the Cowboys being proactive with it.
Yeah.
And one other thing, before you transition, TJ Bass is one of those guys, man. He just got scrapped. He nasty, man. He knows how to play.
Yeah.
He's a guy that knows how to play football. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is with him. And he is a versatile dude. But, however, if you have problems in the interior, because you did have a little bit of nicked up issues with even Zach Martin earlier. So let's not just think about Tyler Smith. Let's think about if something were to happen even with Zach Martin. Well, now you got an instant plug and play. You can bump Collins or Bass, either guard, and you good to go. And by the way, and I'm not a proponent of this, but you have an emergency right tackle in La'el Collins if you had to do it and something happened to Terrence Steele. So this is a good and smart move by the Cowboys all the way around.
I got a question. So is he going to be getting left side work, or is he going to be basically a swing?
I think he's getting left side work, man.
Well, you going to the left?
I think left side too.
Yeah,
I think left too.
Yeah.
I think they're out on Matt. Well, let's go. I think that they don't really trust him. What's your thoughts?
Man, come on, man. You already know Law.
We all start talking at the same time. You see what Law did? Law threw a grenade.
He being messy. That's all he doing.
I think that they don't trust Matt.
No, I think he's telling the truth. I don't even think there's no mess at all, to be honest. I think
they brought him up, and now they trying to pick up the phone and bring La'el. Hey, man, that is just strange, you know.
It is. It makes sense what
Law,
you just said.
Being like Law being like a Philadelphia attorney, man. He asking questions he already know the answer to, man. You know they out on La'el Collins. Law, you
not
know
La'el.
this.
You mean Waletzko?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Matt Waletzko. I apologize. You know that this man is not seeing the light of day. This man is at the bottom of the depth chart. And he's about to fall off the depth chart quickly. I mean, that's what's about to happen. Go ahead, y'all.
Facts. Him and Josh Ball. Just admit y'all made the mistake. That's I'm cool with y'all bringing in La'el Collins, but admit y'all made that damn mistake with Matt. I'm gonna do this like Stephen A. used to say, Matt, well, let's go. That's how you say it with him, Matt. Well, let's go. That's all you say whenever you mention him, dog. He ain't seen the light of day in 2 years, keep getting injured. And when he was on the field, he was getting worked like I don't know what. Yes, it's over with them too. Y'all made a mistake. Move on. You got Bass and Sim Richards. Those two guys have some potential. You messed up, and that's okay. It's okay. We appreciate you going to get Collins saying you messed up without saying you messed up.
Yeah.
Hey, the red flag was on it because when we picked up Chuma, remember Chuma for the last 2 or 3 years, he was playing guard, right? And when Lesko and Joshua Ball, they couldn't get back to tackle, and they put Chuma there. I don't even blame Chuma for having a half a step or being off kilter because he was playing at guard, y'all, all through Oxnard and beyond. But granted, he filled right on in, and they are trying to sit back and look at this thing and say, let's picture a world without Let's-Go, Ball, and Chuma. That's why they're picking up La'el Collins. And it could be someone else later down the line.
I don't know why they don't play a Sim Richards. I didn't mean to jump in, y'all, but I don't understand why Sim Richards does not get any work, y'all. I mean, understand because when you did see him, you saw that he need to get stronger. That was obvious that he need to get stronger. But what you saw in him playing tackle and guard, you saw good movement, good hips, good footwork. He was good when he was reaching his arms out. He was getting his hands out. He wasn't letting guys get up in his chest. So, and I like his good kick out when he was coming out of his stance. So it's just like I'm confused of why he hasn't seen the field all year as some TJ Bass. But I like him for the future going forward, and I think they need to continue to work with him. I think definitely, and I want to get OC's opinion on this. I think if he gets stronger, you definitely want to draft a tackle, in my opinion, in this draft. But if he gets stronger, do you like his potential, OC? Because I do.
I like his athletic ability, and I like the fact that he made a huge jump from his senior year in North Carolina to how he was playing at the end of camp. It was a huge difference. It was a completely different player. So he's shown the ability to learn and to grow very, very fast. I think Sim Richards is that guy that you don't play for the same reason why you don't take the red shirt off of a red shirt freshman, is that you don't want to mess up his confidence. You don't want to mess him up early when you know he got work and he's not fully ready to play against some of these big, tough dudes. He's a guy that you need to let him get work in camp, practice, let him go through another preseason, build his confidence that way. By that time, hopefully he's put another maybe 15 pounds of muscle on. He's worked on his punch. He's worked on nuances with his kick and not getting open, and worked on his power. So to me, he's a guy you save. TJ Bass is a guy you can plug and play right now because he got the mentality and he ain't gonna break. I think Kasim Richards is a guy that if he had a bunch of problems starting 2 or 3 games, it could break him. It could mess him up.
Right.
So I think that's why they know that, and I think that's why they're not playing him. But, to your point, I mean, look, to play the position in the NFL, man, you got to have hands and feet. And so that's the reason why Matt Waletzko and Josh Ball is not going to be on this roster much longer because it don't matter how long he is, how much you like him, where you drafted him. Man, you win with hands and feet. You got to have hands and feet. If you ain't got hands and feet, you're going to get beat. You know what I mean? And that rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is.
Man, we just got raided by CFT. Oh, my God.
Shout out to CFT.
He was live.
Oh, my God.
Big Rome.
Up in here. Jesus,
Big
man.
Rome.
Boy, CFT
they came
got
hard.
some pull. Damn.
Oh, he got big pull.
I mean,
He had it like fizzy up in there.
see, I got raided before I watched. I was like, what the?
So did I.
Yeah,
it was
so
ham.
now I know what a raid is. I'm like, what?
CFT. So y'all don't know who CFT is, man. Something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you.
really
Be sure
wrong
to
with
check out my guy CFT.
Something real wrong with you.
Yeah. All right.
We
And
don't
so,
know.
Law, I got to
We
ask
don't
you a
know.
question. What is that saying about Tyler Smith? Just guessing.
Instead of 1 week, it could be 3. It could be 3. Now, plantar fasciitis, you can't play on it, but I've never been 300 pounds.
Yeah.
So I'll have to defer because I know from a athletic situation is pain tolerance that you can probably shoot it up and you be good to go. But I'm going to have to defer to the OC. Not saying that you're 300 pounds, the OC, but that's different.
That's
all of
right.
that weight and mass got to be on that foot, which everything is controlled by that foot, man. So break that down.
Yeah, we got to hear this.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely not 300 pounds. Thank you, Law. Quite a bit under these days. But, one thing I will say, I was 300 pounds and I played and I don't even think Boss Cowboy knows this, but I had a bout with plantar fasciitis my sophomore year. And I had to get like special insoles. So they had to like mold my feet and give me like special orthotics because my feet were flat. And so my feet were pulling and like it just was inflamed. It's just very painful. You can play on it because I played on it. Man, it's very painful. But if he tore anything, if he like tore a tendon or a ligament at the bottom of his foot, it's like walking on glass. It's
It said it's torn completely. It said it's torn completely.
He's in complete pain. I don't know the medical aspect on if he's at risk for future injury if he does play. Right, I don't know all that. But if he tore it, like man, he's in just extreme pain, and it's a pivot. It's a pivot thing. You got to be able to pick your foot up and set it down without it flapping. Because if you can't feel your foot, because I tore ligaments off my ankle and I played with it, it's like your foot is flapping. Imagine like a flappy hand. Like your foot is flapping like that, and it's hard to take pressure and take bull rushes and take hard steps. You know what I mean? It's very hard. So it's going to be, what's his mobility in his foot, number 1. And then what's his pain tolerance, number 2. He's a big, tough dude. He can play through a lot, but I think he's going to need probably at least 3 weeks. So I think that probably the Cowboys need to win a playoff game. And I think that second playoff game, he'll probably be able to come back. That's just my opinion if I'm a betting man about this. I think the reason why you have Lael Collins in the building is they knew it was going to be at least about 3 weeks. That's my opinion.
So Lael's being looked at likely guard.
Ooh.
In my opinion, absolutely.
Now, my question
Let's
is,
go, baby.
OC. Oh, first of all, shout out to my boy CFT, man. That raid was dope. God, like, I've never seen that many people come in, bro. That was crazy, bro.
It's dope.
The support you got over there is beautiful. So, and they saying it's close to 350 people in the building, but only 156 likes.
Man, them lights up, man.
Now, this is the
sometimes we understand it. We understand it sometimes because you know how sometimes, boss, you just be watching it be so damn good you forget to automatically hit it.
True.
So I'm gonna give the grace because sometimes you come in and be like, damn, this fire, and you just forget to like it because it just sounded so good.
True.
So now we just reminding you in here in the fire, you listening to the fire, you listen to Yoga Fire, Yoga Flame, hit that like button right now. Man.
But if you don't do it now,
I would know
you
yeah,
goofy.
exactly.
you just being goofy, man. We ain't got time for that. Yeah. So let's get to it, man. Hold on real quick. So, now, should I be petty?
Yes.
I'm not going to be petty, bro.
You always petty. You always petty.
Right.
I can be real petty right now.
You always
Hey, come on, man. What's wrong with you, man?
You've never been petty.
Come on now,
Please
dog.
be petty.
petty.
I ain't going to be petty, bro.
Petty.
I ain't going to be petty, bro.
You can't do that and you can't do that and not be petty
for
now.
That, dog. We got trolled for this idea. I'm going to let it make it.
No, you see what? Because they love to beat up on us.
Come on,
anytime
dog.
we say something, so forget
Hey,
that.
bro, come on
I know
now,
where you're
dog.
going. Forget
Come
that.
on,
Forget
dog.
that.
Come
You're
on,
tweeting,
man.
You're tweeting, calling us idiots, calling us dumb. We don't know football. What are you talking about? This, that, and the third. Start like hell. This and that.
He's a right guard. I mean, right tackle.
All that.
Shut
You talking about
up.
all that? Forget that, man. Forget that. Listen, I'm gonna say something just as a PSA. This is a general PSA, and this is as meek as I can be. The people that you see that's on this show, you could wake up out of a cold sleep, and they could do a show live with a minute notice.
Facts.
That's the talent.
For
That's
real.
the talent and the knowledge base that you're looking at, okay? All four of us could. You could wake us up at 3:38 a.m. and say, wipe the cold out your eye, we live.
And
All
go.
right?
We live, baby. We lit.
Go.
And we ready to rock. So,
My boy
Freestyle rapper
Rose
up in
said,
here.
talk
Freestyle
your
rapper.
shit. Man,
Freestyle rapper.
Ro, I'm trying.
There you go.
Come on, man. Come on, let's do it, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Man, I'm not gonna
stop
do
when
it.
I'm lying.
I'm not.
Stop
You
me when
not. You not. Yeah, I'm not gonna be petty. I'm feeling mercy. I'm feeling mercy. For real, man. It's all good. Listen, we going into the playoffs.
Come on, dog. Come on, man.
Now, I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna be mad though. This is if I'm. Now, I gotta ask a question. If Laya end up playing left guard and he end up being a fish in water, do I have the right to go off?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You got the right to
All you gotta
go
do
through
is-
your assessment.
Okay. I just want to make sure that I have the right to really just lay into some people that was tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Are y'all giving me
Boss.
permission to throw the hands? Huh?
Boss, I'm giving you permission, but all I'm gonna tell you, you ain't really gotta do too much. All you gotta do is put together a compilation of the 18 shows we did talking about it. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is hit Back to the Future and just go ahead and put a compilation of all that stuff we already put out there. That's it. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, it's coming. I'm gonna chill though.
Hold them
I'm
receipts.
gonna chill. Now, I want to talk about the other thing that's on the table that I know you with, Big, and I want to really have a football discussion about this. I was talking to landlord today about Dalvin Cook, and landlord talked me into it.
Okay.
He talked me into it. Because when I looked at Dalvin Cook, honestly, I do feel like he lost a step, right? But it's one of those things. Have we ever replaced Ronald Jones? No. Like, it was always a plan for Ronald Jones. You know what I mean? That we never got on this team. Should we trust Rico?
No.
Oh, hell no.
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 Yeah.
You can't trust injury. He's injury prone.
Right.
You can't
For the
trust
last
he's
3
always
weeks, he's
hurt.
been disappearing.
Right.
He's always hurt.
Yeah.
And you never we haven't even seen him in the playoffs.
Right.
We got a guy who's playoff vested. You got a guy who even if he lost a step is still better than Rico.
Right.
And like the biggest thing to me, y'all know I've been on Dalvin Cook A1 day one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I've been on A1 day one. I've been on that.
Yeah.
So now is just to me the perfect time. What are you losing here when there are people like, no, What are you losing by putting this man on your roster?
Somebody was saying, who you gonna cut? Well, it's a plethora of people. Well, let's go, ball. Come on, we can keep going down the list.
You can cut Peyton Hendershot.
You can go with Hendershot.
You can cut Peyton Hendershot. There's definitely people that there's on this roster that you can remove and put this man on there right now. Because as I said, even last year, even if he lost a step, did you see what he was running last year? Did you see his yardage last year? Okay, so that's somebody in the backfield, and let's keep it real. Just to me, Tony Pollard's still missing holes, still hesitating, in my opinion. Sometimes it's really good, and other times it's not. I need a playoff veteran who's still got some juice, who can add to the team right now. You gonna tell me Dalvin Cook can't? Oh my God, man, y'all better call this man. This man can get in there one game and then get an electric run, and everybody gonna shut the F up.
Law, what's your thoughts on it, big dog?
It won't hurt. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah. Hey, y'all hit that like button. Etta said so. 188 likes with 388 people in here. I ain't too proud to beg. So what I want to say here with Dalvin Cook is at least bring him in for a cup of coffee. Yeah. And as long as they do that, I'm okay. It will be just like the Darius Leonard situation. We only wanted Cowboys to at least bring him in to go through the evaluation process, do your due diligence, and if things don't work out, at least you can say, hey, we brought him into the building and the choice was his. And that's what all we want with Dalvin Cook. I get it. Here's what I got to say with Tony Pollard. And excuse me, Tony Pollard fans, this is no hate, but I only see Tony Pollard as a Nightwing, Robin, a Luigi, right? Those are guys that they need to have a number one guy. And just like that, there's nothing wrong with it. When you look at the Detroit Lions, they got two Robins, right? They got two Nightwings. They got two Luigis, basically. Those guys are not feature backs. So what you got to do with the Cowboys is continue to pair my guy, Tony Pollard, up with maybe a Dalvin Cook. Maybe even when Rico come back, you can still slide him into the mix. We're not saying get rid of him, but what I'm saying is this will be a dynamic punch. And also, it'll be a wake-up call for TP too, because that applied pressure, iron sharpen iron, steel sharpen steel, that light, that glow going to be given to Dalvin Cook, and people going to be saying, hey, we remember what James Cook did. Can we just get one or two games from Dalvin Cook? And that could be quite possible. So now TP going to run a little bit harder and press those holes, and also bounce to the outside and stop cutting back inside. Come on, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Let's go. Let's go get Dalvin Cook. Bring him in for a cup of coffee.
Love it.
Well, guys, sometime, when was this? Oh, yeah, it was before the season started. The OC even put a video out there talking about Dalvin Cook. And the fact is that the man is rushed for, besides this season, he is rushed for over 1,000 yards for 6 or 7 straight years in a row. The dude can play. And yes, he's had injuries, but the man has played through injuries and still been productive. He is a great zone runner. If you study his film, the dude chops you up on zones, bounce, bend, and bang. He makes great decisions. He's also a good toss sweep guy. He can cut back against the grain, and he finishes runs hard. And more importantly than all that, this dude ain't played this year. You call that fresh legs. Fresh legs for the playoffs. And as my man Law Nation said, hey, bring him in for a half a cup of coffee. I'm going to say, Law, because we only got one regular season game left. How much are you going to pay the man? Come on, Jared. Come on, Steven. It ain't going to hurt you none. It ain't going to hurt you none. Bring him in. Bring the man in. Let him help us, because Tony Pollard is a guy that's a talented back, but when you get the stuffing beat out of you, like he did last year and like he's kind of got this year, and you have a leg injury, what happens is that 4-4 turns into a 4-5-5, and that's just that little half a step where people start to catch you and you don't look quite as explosive. No shade on him, but hey, having a quality, legitimate, starting Pro Bowl caliber guy that was a Pro Bowl caliber guy is going to do nothing but strengthen your roster and give you a greater chance to go deep in the playoffs. So let's just do what we got to do.
I like the idea of Zeke. Miss Lockhart
need some glory help.
She said, "What about bringing Zeke back?" Well, Zeke would have to go to New England and request to get cut.
Yeah.
You know,
and then clear waivers and all that.
Clear waivers and all that kind of stuff. I love the idea, especially because we know the coach of the Dallas Cowboys. We know how they treat outside free agents, Big. We know.
Mm-hmm. I'm cool with, even if you brought, you know how I felt about the Ezekiel thing in the very beginning. If he went to the New England Patriots and said, cut me, I'm all on board and getting Zeke back.
Yeah.
I'm
just
all
for the
on
playoffs.
board with that.
Yep.
Just for the playoffs, because that's what we would need for the playoffs.
Yeah.
We would need that. And to me, I feel like that would be telling other teams too, that we ain't playing this year with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
We're not playing, dog. We're trying to reinforce. And just like what Law said was a great point, even with the Darius Leonard. We was frustrated about linebackers, y'all, right? When we were frustrated about Devin Harper, we was frustrated about the moves. You weren't moving Michael Parsons. So we was loud in these streets when Darius Leonard or Shaq Leonard got removed. I mean, when he got released, we were loud in them streets and they went after it. And just like Law said, I appreciated that even though he didn't sign with Dallas, that they did the due diligence to try to get linebacker help here. And we needed it. Now you got the season coming to the fold, to the end. Tyler Smith, one of your best guys on the line and one of the potential all-pro, is hurt. So you go get a guy who's already familiar with the systems, got size, so we can go ahead and combat that. And you're not bringing in nobody who's not familiar with the program. You feel me? Yeah. So look at Dalvin Cook, but definitely if Zeke would do that, I'm definitely look at that because you would need him in them short yardage situations. Keep it real. And who knows? He may get some extra juice if he did get him in on the team because he might see, well, damn, we might ride, and the team might be more inspired if you did bring them back. You get what I'm saying? That might lift the momentum of the team, because you can't tell me that people in the building are going to be mad that La'el Collins came back. You get what I'm saying? I feel like he still had a lot of friends on the team, and that's just going to be a smooth transition. So, I'll just sit there and tell Zeke right now, tell him to release you, dog, and come back over to Dallas for the playoffs. I'm cool with that.
What's that saying, the OC? Rising tides do what to all ships?
Raises all ships. A rising tide raises all ships.
I got that from you, man. So yeah, let's go.
Yeah, man. So this next thing that we gonna talk about, it's gonna go real deep into football. Now I'm gonna ask y'all a favor. I'm gonna need about 3 minutes to set this up.
All right.
I just want to make sure, because I know when I'm dealing with you preachers, man, y'all.
Yep, Gilligan, get off the island. Yes. Randy Watson.
But we gonna get into some real football from this, for real.
No doubt.
Because now we gonna talk about preparing for Washington and the playoffs, all from this subject. Okay. This is very big what I'm gonna talk about. I need to set it up though, so y'all just give me 1 second. All right. So first of all, Skip Bayless calls Mike McCarthy's decision just dumb after the Cowboys win. And I'm going to be honest, I was not killing Mike, but I was mad at what happened on 2nd and 14. And I pointed right at Mike. And I was wrong. And I learned what I should already know. I should have known to slow down. Wait till you hear the press conferences, get more detail before you quick to look at a situation and then assign blame. So I want to talk about something real quick. Started with Mike McCarthy, then I'm going to paint this whole picture, then we go talk about it from a solution.
Obviously a lot of talk about the 2-point sequence at the end, but also some talk about the tripping penalty maybe should have gone the other way and might have changed the way the game.
What'd you think? I don't know.
Doesn't matter what I think.
Oh, it does. I mean, you have a voice in this.
Well, what was your view of that on tape, and what would you say about it now?
Oh, I mean, I think the tape is, clearly, you probably saw it when they showed it on the replay. The penalty clearly, in our view, really clearly flips the situation, because you're 1st and 10 on the, I'm not exactly sure it was, 24, 25, 26 yard line there. We took the turnover, and, we're 2nd and 4 with a running clock, so that takes out their second timeout. So now you in a position, because you clearly want to be inside the 30. I clearly understand how good Brandon's, kicking the ball, but there's also field position, concerns on both sides of that, kick. But when we went to 1st and 25, the goal was to cut it in half, and we did that on the first down with the slant CD. We were expecting pressure, got it. And the same thing on the second down. The second down play is just a really disappointment. Even just whether it's communication from my end, we just weren't all clean. We got what we were expecting defensively, and was trying to hit the individual cuts to Brandon and CD on the one-on-ones, because that clearly would have put us in a 3rd and short, which I was trying to get to 3rd and 5 or less to give us a chance to convert and end the game. So that was the thinking there, clearly understanding the time clock and so forth. So we had 3 downs, we were able to keep the clock running on 2 to 3, but the second down call was the one that would have gave us a chance to put the game away.
So when I heard it, I said, hold on. He said his goal was to make it 3rd and 5. But if you remember, it was a fade, right? So I said, hold on. If his goal was a 3rd and 5, why did we throw a fade? Unless Dak checked out. You with me?
Okay, I'm following you. Picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah. So I'm gonna show the play right here, because this is the slant that he was talking about, where he said he was trying to. Because remember, we was behind the
3rd
chains.
and short, yeah.
We was behind the
2nd
chains.
and 13 right here.
Yeah. So now this is the play right here, right where he said his goal was to get a 3rd and 5, because he was trying to keep our kicker in a measurable situation.
3 by 1.
Yeah.
3 by 1 formation, running back left hip, and Dak goes deep. I think you had the middle right there, but go back to that play again. So you're saying that Dak probably audible into that into that shotgun?
Dak audible to the fade.
To the fade.
Yeah, because that's showing, based on what Mike McCarthy said. What Mike McCarthy said is, I wasn't looking to do this. See, and this is where everybody was. Now, this is the good thing about Mike. He didn't throw Dak directly under the bus.
Okay.
You just had to read between the lines. And so when I said this yesterday, people in the chat began to say, boss, you right. Dak said it at the press conference. So I went and checked the press conference. Check it out.
He did.
The mindset you're talking about, does that go into you guys with the play call on 2nd and 14, where you throw it and you're looking deep to Brandon, that you're trying to end the game right there? Or what are your thoughts in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, that's on me, honestly. Other options right there. Brandon had the right route, ran the right route on it, was played. They brought 0. I got to do a better job on that one. That's when we're talking about the roller coasters of emotions. That's one, because I feel like I put our team in that situation, throwing the ball right there. And so that's one I promise you that'll keep me up at night, tonight for sure. And I'll have to flush that thought, but defense ultimately saved me. And that's probably why I was so anxious to, get back on the field with the 20 seconds and redeem myself and get another opportunity. But that's the point about being a complimentary win, and us doing it together is that wasn't the smartest and wasn't a smart play and the best play by me, and obviously the defense helped me out.
Damn. So first of all, Mike took all the bullets for Dak. That's one. But now we go talk about football. This is because I had a talk with Coach Marv today, right? My problem is this. In pivotal situations, I think we need to have, and I want us to really debate this, potentially some no-check calls, man. Because see, what most people not talking about, this is what I mean by no checks. You can't check out of it.
Run the play.
Run the play. You can't check out of it. See, because what a lot of people not talking about, they not talking about, and I'm going to ask this question, is it too much delegation? Is it too, because we keep hearing this is Dak's offense, right? But then we know Mike McCarthy got the Waffle House sheet, right? So that means at some point Mike is sending a play but Dak has the ability to get out of it. I think on this one, we need to put a governor on Dak in pivotal situations, especially these type of situations where Mike McCarthy was great. Because even though the OC was 100% right that the offense was going to be better by taking the governor off of Dak and letting him really run this offense, don't forget our offense was number 1 in 10 play drives with the governor on Dak. What's y'all thoughts? Start with you, OC, because I know you probably don't like what I said.
I don't.
You don't like?
I think he dipped off. I think he dipped off.
Talk to me, Big. We got to figure this out.
I'm not hating on what you said, but I just feel like Dak's got to see that. That's on Dak. Dak's got. If you're saying what I get what you're saying, that you can't just check out of that. But that's a situation where your quarterback. Okay, that happened in that game, but doesn't that have to be Dak? I have to be smarter than that. So now I feel like you made that mistake, but it wasn't in the playoffs. So if he's saying that and he said, I'm gonna think about that day and night, I feel like I'm gonna have the confidence that you're not gonna do that again.
True.
You get what I'm saying? Because you're recognizing this in front of everybody. You're letting the world know that I messed up on that, and I'm gonna lose sleep over that because I knew better. So now when that situation comes again, and this is the playoffs, I'm not gonna do that because I understand the down the distance and what's at cost.
Let me push back just a little bit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
See, my issue is I think we asking too much of Dak in pivotal moments. Because, see, Mike McCarthy, his job is to get the play in. And they came out this week and said that he is way faster than Kellen Moore at getting the play in, which allows Dak to survey the field. But once the play goes in, Dak is working. You know what I mean? He working. He looking at the fronts. He reading the D. He doing his... Here we go. He working. See, Mike McCarthy watching right now, right? This is my point. Mike McCarthy in pivotal moments can have a slower brain than Dak. Dak brain going nonstop. You see what I'm saying? So if we gave him no checks, like just run this, bro. Trust me on this. You know what I mean? To me, it takes away the risk of Dak doing something bad because he just got too much going on. You know what I mean? To where he probably could be not even fully realizing enough how to manage this situation. Am I being too easy on Dak? Or
yeah, you being too. I don't know if you're being too easy.
I think
you're being too tough on him because I'm too critical. Because didn't we didn't you have a show where you had Terrence Williams on the show?
Yeah.
When y'all asked, who would you rather want, Romo or Dak? Y'all asking that question, right? And what was one of the reasons why he said he wanted Romo? Because when Romo see that call, he said, man, get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
we running this because this is going to work. And when he was praising him for that. And I heard y'all saying, y'all was feeling good about that too, that he had that command where I don't like that play. We got to make this happen. We got to trust Dak. If Dak is this great quarterback we're talking about, right, then I feel like we got to trust that. I don't feel like that's too much on his plate. If this is the great quarterback, this is our franchise quarterback, this is what the greats do, then this shouldn't be nothing for him to correct. I don't feel like I feel like give him all of it. Keep it where is his and don't start restricting because I feel like that's going to mess up the groove.
But see, it didn't mess up the groove. Because remember when they was restricting, we was number 1 in 10 play drives. When we closing out games.
What game though? You talking about all the way from week 5?
Yeah, all the way up.
I'll go back to that though.
No, before you, But remember, because what I'm saying is, during that time, I agree, our offense did struggle in the red zone, but our offense, when Dak had the governor, was very efficient at long play drives. We was number 1. What did we need during this time? A long drive. And Dak messed it up.
Can you pull up your Twitter? Can you pull up your Twitter and you had a picture of Dak Prescott with a bow tie, and then you had him.
Yeah, I love that picture. By the way, that was funny what you said, boss.
And that's funny. But I'm gonna talk about it in a different connotation.
But it was so real.
It's funny though. It's funny.
It was so real. It was so real.
It strolled down just a little bit. So what you saying is you want that bow tie, Dak? You know,
give me bow tie, Dak.
No.
In crucial moments, though. Say the whole thing, Law.
I want the red. I want the red, Dak. And
give me the red, man.
You always want red, Dak.
Dak.
You was going hard on bow tie, Dak. Boss.
I was.
Come on,
you
man.
You was going hard on bow tie, Dak, boss.
Yeah.
Now you want bow tie, boss? No, boss. Can't do it.
Yeah,
give me the ball-headed Dak, man. Come on, man. Here you go.
See, bow tie Dak, you can go have a seat, bro.
Give me the ball-headed Dak, man.
Hey, give me ball-headed with the beard, Dak.
With the beard. Hey, the one that gonna say this.
Hey, we came on a mission. It's captured or killed.
See, the bow tie Dak wasn't talking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't have it both ways with this, man. And your best experience is gonna be learned experience, and he's learning. Hey, I know somebody gonna hit me with, hey, Law is 8 years in the game. Well, shoot, your clock and your time of playing quarterback, you learn. And these are valuable things that he's trying to take care of with this particular team. Don't give me the keys to the car and tell me how to drive it. Don't give me keys to the car and say, hey, gotta be at home at 12. Nah, he ripping the car through. He's breaking it down, boss. And he may come home sometimes at 12. He may come home sometime at 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? He got him a little bit. So that's just what it is. You're just how you gonna have to sit back and chill. He growing. He's becoming a man.
Man.
You gotta let him
Oh, hell no.
Come on, man.
Yeah, man, you're right.
You gotta let him be a man, man.
Oh man, y'all don't get out here with y'all sanctimonious.
Come on,
we gotta stay with. We need to stay with the red Dak, the gunslinger Dak, the Dak that this is mine Dak, the full command Dak, because we need that kind of Dak.
So if Dak do this, hold on now. Go ahead, Big. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
Because this is the my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off, boss. This is the Dak we need heading into the playoffs, dog. We need full confident Dak.
Yeah.
We don't need, I got this for you, Dak. Let's kind of baby this as we go into playoffs. No, that's not the Dak we need, boss. Cowboys.
Put the training wheels back on them now.
Man, then what about accountability?
Break the elbows and knees.
Like,
we got accountability.
Scrape the elbows. Just scrape elbow. Boss, this
so y'all want this. This is what y'all want in the pivotal moment.
This want to put a helmet on that man.
He already said
because Mike McCarthy was showing that he had the right.
Made the mistake, though, boss. He already admitted I made the mistake, and that he basically told you I'm not gonna do that again.
But he could do something like it. It won't be that exact same situation.
Players can do that like in a game. Now you know that, boss. He's the quarterback, but you can have games where a player can say, "I ain't gonna do that again." It can happen in the game. That's what happens. But you got to trust your quarterback, dog. That's about, if we're talking about you want this Dak, then you got to trust that he's gonna do that. Not you don't trust him. Didn't you just say early in the year that they weren't trusting Dak, and that's why the offense wasn't doing this? That's what you said, boss.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
When?
You didn't say they wasn't trusting him?
No. I said that was me, Big. I think that might have been.
Who was it? Somebody said
it was me. I said they what I said in the first part of the year is Dak Prescott is playing this football game like he got mama and them driving the car with him. That's what I said. And I said after that 49ers game, he realized, and I believe the coaching staff realized, we can't baby him. He gonna have to fall off this bike by himself. He gonna have to hit his head. And he gonna have to scrub those knees and elbows and get those raspberries or strawberries or whatever they call them when you fall off your bike. Because that's what they was doing. They was coddling him because the 3-letter and the 4-letter network made it about Dak all off season. Every time he threw an INT, breaking news. Dak Prescott threw an INT, and we were talking about practice. So if week 1, week 2, if he threw an INT, they would have been all on his, so that's why they were governing him then, boss.
Yeah. I like governing in this situation. I got your seat.
And boss, you're wrong.
Man, I ain't wrong.
You're wrong.
And then you just say that with your chest out. I'm
You're
not
wrong.
wrong.
Look, big chest.
Let me ask you a
You're
question.
wrong.
Let me ask you,
You're
because
wrong.
I don't like how you trying to come at me right now. You trying to come at me like like them old media dudes. You trying to little brother me.
I'm not little brothering you.
You trying to be just like them old media dudes. You're wrong.
Co-host and as your man, look, on this one, boss, you're wrong. And I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm not wrong.
Because
don't play that drop.
I'm gonna tell you why. You have great thought. I love your exploratory thought. I love the fact that you are looking at all sides of the coin, right? I respect that. But boss, if you do this,
you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Hit it again. Make yourself feel good. But guess what, boss? You're still wrong.
I'm gonna hear you out.
Look, I'm gonna tell you why. Listen.
All right.
It's a psychological aspect of football. We know that this is probably about 70% mental. So you cannot trust a man who led the NFL going into this game with Detroit Lions with the leading amount of touchdown passes by a quarterback in the league this year. Okay? So you can't say a guy that's really playing on the MVP level that I got to control you now. I got to make sure that you don't make rookie mistakes, Dak, because you made a call I didn't like in a game that we end up winning, Dak. You can't do that. So that's one, psychological. Number two, if you say, hey, run this play, and you get into a playoff game, guess what teams you're playing against, boss? You're playing against the best teams. So they're going to make an adjustment, and it's something called a pre-snap read, but you also have movement in that defense from the time he gets into his cadence to the time that he snaps the ball. So if you get into what you say is the right call, boss Cowboy, and they shift that defense, they can make it the wrong call. And if he does not have liberty to change a play, then you are going to get stuffed by really, really good defenses. That's really the biggest reason why you don't do it, because you're going to put yourself into a corner to where you're going to have to think 3 moves ahead. And if that defense makes any audible, then your call that was right is going to be wrong.
All right, let me ask you a question. Was it you that said that it's a lot of times about how you present it?
I did.
Okay, I want to make sure I quoted you right. So,
I said that.
Okay, so you said that. So, all right.
Yeah.
So if I'm presenting this to Dak, I'm not putting this on Dak where I'm showing him like I don't trust you, because it's not about that. What I'm saying is I want clear accountability who go make this decision. You know what I mean? I don't want to leave you so free to where you can just throw a fade route
on 3rd and 14,
on 2nd and 14.
Oh, 2nd and 14. Yeah,
I want to be able to see I'm not saying totally handicap Dak. I don't want nobody to misunderstand what I'm saying. But I'm saying in these situations where it's the pivotal moment where Mike McCarthy is good. Matter of fact, great. Like, Mike McCarthy manufacture 6-minute drives, 8-minute drives, 10-minute drives. This is what he does. I'm saying, why not assign this to Mike McCarthy and less of Dak?
But when do you draw the line of trust? When do you draw the line of trust?
Well, that's my point. I don't trust you in this moment.
Come on, man.
I trust me. That's my point. Trust me. That's what I'm saying. No. See, y'all getting on the word trust, but you can trust Mike McCarthy. That's my point.
Managing the situation. No, Mike McCarthy cannot go out there and throw a touchdown.
No. Okay, let me ask you a question. OC. How many quarterbacks have full control of the offense? How many? How many quarterbacks do you feel like always have full control of the offense? There's a governor of some sort on all quarterbacks. That's my point.
No. But Dak is almost 10-year veteran, boss. This is the point that you're missing. He has tons of game experience.
I'm not missing that. It was the guy that had 10 years of experience that just did that on 2nd and 14.
Listen. I said almost 10 years of experience. The best quarterbacks. We talked about this on yesterday, boss, that even Brett Favre, at the prime of his career, made judgments and options that wasn't right underneath Mike Holmgren, and also McCarthy. Made judgment calls. That's the nature of the game. You don't hit every throw. Just like went to Mike McCarthy about his play calling in the red zone, in errors that he made, in routes that he ran wrong in combination, Boss Cowboy. It's the same concept. This is not a game where you can be impervious. You want your margin error to be small, but your margin area will never be non-existent. And Dak Prescott has proven that he is extremely consistent at making great decisions and getting you in winning opportunities most of the time. And that's what you live with, boss. Sorry about that. That's what you live with.
There was a game earlier this year, boss, that Jason Kelce. Now I know this is a whole similar situation, but different.
Mm-hmm.
He played for the Eagles. Jason Kelce, Jalen Hurts tried to audible into a play, and Jason Kelce, he's the center. He said, and when he did that, it literally was like he took the gonads and squeezed them, because how they kind of presented it on TV, meaning that he didn't have full control of his own team, and he's the quarterback, and the center does, right? Even though they won, they kind of glossed over it, but now everything is circulating back. I know that's Eagles, but what I'm saying here is for the Cowboys, Dak Prescott got full control of this offense.
God!
And on 2nd and 14, he got full trust by Mike McCarthy. And Mike McCarthy is wise enough not to throw him under the bus. And at times, believe it or not, Dak Prescott is wise enough not to throw Mike under the bus, because Mike is not flawless in his whole entire mindset with this, So I'm quite sure that Dak bailed out Mike and Mike bailed out Dak. That relationship also builds trust with each other.
That's the beautiful part about this, though, Lo. It's the fact that Mike McCarthy took all them bullets and didn't say a word. That's the best thing about this. He took every bullet, was called stupid, and the whole time he like, it wasn't even me. All right, big, you the last one to try me. You the last one, bro.
Man, I already been trying you. I already done told you, dog. I mean, I done already told you. I've been disagreeing with you from A1 day one on this one. You my dog. You is my dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, A1 day one. If this is our guy, and just like you right now, I like that bow tie, Dak, but he's still fresh. You see me with the beard and the bow. The business, like, this is Dak's team, dog. We've been talking about wanting to give Dak finally the control. You had Kellen Moore over there. The flashy Dak is the guy. You feel me? Look like somebody said in there, he got the Tony Montana chain. You feel me? Like Tony Montana. That's the Dak guy.
That's with the Latino. He got the Latino in his life.
That's what I said.
He little Latino in there.
That's what I said.
He look like Latino.
I say that new lady.
Let's keep it real. He got a new lady looking like Latino now.
Hey, what the good would say? Let me upgrade you.
You feel me?
Upgrade you.
I just feel like Dak is in a good place, especially like you said. Mike McCarthy took the bullets, just to Law's point. Mike McCarthy took the bullets, right?
Yeah.
Dak comes out and says that was my fault. They worked hand in hand with that, in my opinion.
That was dope. Yeah.
Right there, they worked hand in hand.
Yeah.
So there was no controversy, and both of them manned up, and they were both on the same page. I feel like if you're doing that, I can trust y'all going to the playoffs, that y'all going to make the right decisions.
Yeah.
I feel like they got a good relationship. You don't have the Kellen Moore influence in there. I feel like these two have grown together within this year exponentially. And I feel like that's the reason why you see us averaging 30 points a game. You see Dak, 32 touchdowns, leading the league. Only 8 interceptions. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It's Mike McCarthy. They trust each other. So I'm going to trust that they're going to do the right things heading into the playoffs, especially when they both recognize they both were at fault, right? Well, they both recognize what we did in that situation, and we'll get better from here.
My boy said he upgraded her. Nah,
listen,
y'all. Yeah,
Nah.
of course. But let me say this. If you don't see that Dak swag is way better since he been with her,
bruh,
I saw Dak.
It's night and day.
It's night and day, bro.
That was corporate Dak when he was with her.
Bow tie.
Now he was corporate Dak when he was with her. You killed
He came on a
kill
mission.
me.
It's captured or killed.
Yeah.
Hey, boss. It's like that's the real Dak over here, and spicy Dak.
Yeah, spicy
Now we
Dak.
getting the real Dak.
Yeah.
Spicy. I like spicy Dak.
Yeah. Spicy Dak, that dude, bro. I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
Ball-headed Dak.
I
Yeah.
like ball-headed Dak.
Yeah, man. Like, hey,
I don't
listen.
give a
See,
I always knew he was gonna cut it all. He we got the receiving hairline a little bit. Yeah, I already knew.
Yeah.
Michael Parsons next. Parsons next, y'all.
But he got but he's smart because he know he can get the full beard. You feel me? When they know they can get the full beard, they can go ahead and say, "I'll cut it all off because I can rock that full beard to protect it." See what I'm saying?
Well, I think everybody understand at least where I'm coming from. Like,
yeah, we feel you, boss. We ain't mad at you,
man. Because honestly, it kind of bothers me a little bit that the head coach in pivotal moments is not driving fully the car, especially as fast as it's coming at Dak. I'm just trying to be creative on trying to figure out a way, you know what I mean, to make sure that the person is clear-minded that's calling the plays, because Dak is always active, you know what I mean? And I don't want so much on his plate, right, to where he can make a bad judgment call.
Well, this is what you say, man.
Are you worried about
you ever seen that kid? Have you ever seen that kid and you would tell him, hey, don't ride that bike with your shoelaces untied, right?
Right.
And if they still ride that bike with the shoelaces untied, eventually you're going to see them fall off the bike. Yeah. I'm thinking that, and I'm looking at Dak Prescott. I think that he already had that conversation. I think that Mike McCarthy trusts him now when he goes out there and he rides that bike without their helmets and shoulder pads and whatever, knee pads. He just riding the bike. Just like you, if you got kids out there, you gonna have to let them learn on their own. Now, granted, it's at the price of the inflictions all on the coach, but Dak Prescott, he said he kept him up all night. So hopefully we don't see this again. Now, this is about my third time this year seeing clock management being pitiful. That Seattle Seahawks game, clock management was terrible. And some parts of that Miami game, we was like, hey, man, hey, clock. But I get it. We had to hurry up and score. And then in this game, clock management. So Dak gonna have to get, if it's him, I'm not saying 100,000% that it's all of him, but if it's him, get it together, man. Tie them shoes up, man, on that bike.
I appreciated the debate, man. Real good debate, and an important debate, because this is the discussion hopefully that they're having inside the building about preparing for the playoffs. You know what I mean? Because this situation was a breakdown of communication between Mike McCarthy and Dak, regardless. You know what I mean? And I'm just trying to make sure that we tighten all the screws.
Do you trust Dan Quinn? I'm gonna ask you, boss.
Yeah.
You trust Dan Quinn? Yeah. What give you reasons to trust him fully? You trust him over Mike and Dak?
Wait. See, you said when you added a word in there, you said fully. See, you was doing good when you say, do you trust him? Right. Yeah. But then when you add fully, see, that's a whole different context, Law. You know what I'm saying? So fully, do I trust him fully?
Oh, hell no.
I'm Ronald Reagan. I trust, but I will verify. I promise you that. I'll put it like this. I don't trust nobody fully, bro.
Hey, I like Dan Quinn, but hell no. Do I trust him? No, I don't trust him because I've seen too many things on that damn line to be like, why is this happening? Exactly. I don't trust him. When we talked about it weeks ago, how Mozzie lost that weight, I don't trust him.
I
see how Mozzie lost that weight. I don't fully trust you when Mozzie done lost that weight, and now you got him on 26.
Oh, hell no.
And 16 of them is pass rushing, and this dude ain't did no pass rushing ever in Michigan. So no, I don't fully trust you, dog.
Not fully.
I don't fully trust you.
I got some insider stuff that I'm gonna have to talk to y'all three about Mozzie, man. Insider plug. You know, we had talked to it when we offline.
I can't wait.
All right.
But I definitely do not trust him fully. He does too many experiments for me to trust him. He wow.
He tried too much. He like a mad scientist at the wrong times. That's what I feel like. I feel like you a mad scientist. I like Dan because I like his energy. I can't lie. When I see him standing up, he stand up like the whole damn time and be in it. I like his energy. I like Dan Quinn. I can't hate on him. He do goofy things sometimes, but so does Mike. But I still like him. So I like both of them. I can't front. But I just feel like he be experimenting too much at the wrong times. that's what worries me about him, that he be experimenting too much. Like in that game, you'll be shutting them down and shutting them down and shutting them down, and then the last try they just go down the field. You feel what I'm saying? Like little things that like those like bother me. Like you try too hard on certain things and it costs us, like in run game and you I just feel like you experiment at the wrong times. I think that's the biggest thing that come out to me. You experiment at the wrong times, in my opinion.
Because word on the street is that they call their own stunts.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying? That's the word. That's why I'm asking the real question: is it too much delegation on the team, bro? That's a real question, bro. As we go into the playoffs, do you?
If D-Law call it, I'll listen. D-Law on that line, I trust D-Law on that front.
Yeah,
I trust D-Law.
Yeah, and something of note too, and I didn't want to point this out, but I'm gonna point it out just to kind of talk about your point, boss. Is this? Look at the route combinations on the trip side. The route combinations could have been better. That's why Dak threw the fade. So if we go back and look at that play, you can see the route combinations. You had an in-breaking. You should have had also an out-breaking route, right? Because you were trying to only get to 3rd and 5, as he said. So if you go from the wide angle, you're not going to be able to see from this angle. If you go from the other angle, okay, look at the two inside receivers, okay? Look, okay, right there.
Middle field open.
So you could have broke out. You could have broke out. Yeah. You had a guy run an out route. You could have had another guy run a 7 route behind him and then run the fade. So you could have had 2 out-breaking routes, and that would have had him open and actually been complete on the sideline for a 12-yard or 10-yard pickup. The route combinations were a little bit off, which I'm assuming the offensive coordinator puts together.
I see why he threw it down. The blitz is delayed blitz, bro.
Yeah,
get to the
he said it was a cover 0. He said it was a cover 0 on that play. That late blitz even cut down Ferguson if he would have hit to try to go short, because you see the guy, that safety, dart right over to Ferguson.
Yeah,
if Pollard was on the right side, if Pollard was on the right side, he picked that up. That's watch.
Look at the middle route. If the middle route drove to the outside instead of running a post. The middle route was a post.
I feel what you're saying. I feel what you're saying now, OC. I feel what you're saying now.
Break the middle route out. You have a quick out. You have a go. Yes. Run an out and run a post. You got 2.
Were you talking about Tolbert running that?
Running that 7 route. Make him run a corner route. He ran a post.
Yeah.
Which is a harder throw. It's a harder throw into a blitz coming right at you. The easier throw is to drive it out. That's the easier throw. So that's why, in my opinion, Dak Prescott took the go. He took the go. So I'm saying it goes back and forth, right? And we could talk about this a long time. But the point is, at some point, you got to trust what you got. You can't overmanage and control a guy that's proven incredible. That's overmanagement.
It's not.
In my opinion. Because he's a proven commodity. He's a proven commodity, bro. And what I'm saying,
I'm not even saying that.
I know, boss, but hear me out. Hear me out, boss. Hear me out. I ain't on you, boss. I ain't on you. Don't be.
No, it's not about on me. I'm trying to win, and it's like
I'm trying to win too.
Because you're saying like I'm just micromanaging the hell out of Dak. This is a pivotal moment where I want one person making a decision. You know what I'm saying? This is not putting the governor on Dak for the whole game. I'm saying, think about giving a guy controls who's good at clock control. Mike McCarthy was number 1 when we was complaining about the offense. The thing that we needed in a 2-minute drive was to sustain the drive. That's what he does well. Why not even think about putting it in the hands of the guy who is actually running it well, even when we didn't like it?
Well, what do you think the original play was again, boss, on 2nd and 14?
He never said, and that's a good question. The thing is that he said was, my aim was to get a 3rd and 5, which made it obvious his thoughts was totally different than what Dak did. And what Dak did got us in trouble.
Go back to that play. Go back to that play again. Let's see.
Yeah, go back to the play, boss. Let's dissect it.
All right.
And let's look at that play slowly. It was a 3-by-1, right?
Yep. So if his goal was to get cover, a 3rd and 5,
it went 0, 3-by-1.
It went 0.
It's the next
All
play.
right.
Y'all give it a second. Give it a second. Because this is a slant.
That was a good block. That was a good block by Lupe on that last
remember
play.
he said on that slant he was trying to get half of it. Remember? So it was second and now 13. Here we go, OC.
All right, 3 by 1.
All right.
Do I need to
So what Dak is reading? He pointed out 34. Who he pointed out? Do you think who he pointed out on the defense?
Yeah, he pointed out the blitz man.
Did he point out the wrong guy?
He's pointing out the mic. He's pointing out the mic. That's what he's identifying the mic for protection. That's what he's doing. So if you're trying to go 3rd and 5 here, it's obvious what you're trying to do if you're staying in this route combination. If this is the right route combination and other routes didn't change, okay? I'm assuming that didn't happen. It's an out route to Ferguson. That's how you get down to 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. It's hitting that out. But Dak didn't like it because of the blitz and because the safety drove down on that quick out. Which is why I said the route combination was messed up because you had Tober running a post, which is your middle receiver.
Yes.
If he pushed hard to the sideline with a corner route, now you got an option to get the ball on top, and he's right there.
Cut it right here and then go back out.
87 wide open.
Bam, and then.
Dak
is he wide open because that safety came down hard.
He came
he
hard.
Was open for a split. He came down hard on Ferguson.
But if you go to the other view, that's why I was saying he pointed out 34. 34 was the linebacker, I believe. 34. Did he point out 34? 34 picked up Pollard on the flat to the left side.
Yeah, Pollard is covered. And you don't have enough time to go backside to the single receiver because of the blitz. You don't have enough time.
Yeah.
So it was a strong side read.
Yeah, your only option is to go front side on that law. You can't go nowhere else. You ain't got time. Which is why I didn't like the route of the middle receiver. And then the safety drove hard on Ferguson, so it could have been a pass deflection, or he would have probably been tackled on the spot, right?
Yeah,
and so Dak decided to check it up top. And so, in my opinion, based upon what I see here, I understand why he took the shot. But to your point, Boss Cowboy, I'm not saying that Mike McCarthy is not fantastic at controlling the games, because me and you agree on that 100%. He is, right? Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, man, that dude is on the football field and he sees the full field even a little bit better than Mike McCarthy can, because he's seeing the defense face on, right? Mike McCarthy's on the sideline. And at the end of the day, this is just my opinion, and I could be wrong about this, but I think I'm right, is that you go live and die on what Dak Prescott sees and what he does out there anyway. And he got you this far, and I don't think he got you this far to leave it. And that's what I think. It's going to rise on Dak Prescott's shoulder, or it's going to fail because, hey, Dak didn't do his best or Dak made a mistake. That's where you are on this football team. You don't have other elite pieces that's going to get it done outside of Dak and CD and maybe Ferguson, man. That's, But I agree with the sentiment of what you said, Boss. So I'm not tripping on what you said, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, think about what to do getting ready for the playoffs and preventing situations like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm just trying to think outside the box of, like, because we do know, because this is what we do know. There are quarterbacks with no checks.
True.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of quarterbacks with no checks.
Yeah. So it's like you can get it done with no checks. It's just in the particular situation, I'm saying, consider it. That's all. So anyway, I appreciate it, man. Very good debate. Hey, and y'all lost.
The self-proclaimed winner, Boss Cowboy.
Nah, man, it's all good. Yeah.
Self-proclaimed.
I ain't let down on that one, though, bro. I'm concerned about that. I'm very concerned. All right, and listen, I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong on that. Trust me, I want to be wrong on that. All right, so I definitely, before we get to the super chats, we got to talk about these Washington Commanders. Because if it's any game that's a trap game, this is it. This is the one.
And can I go first, Boss? Because I got to run.
Yes, and go ahead and get your final words since you got to go.
Yeah, man. So look, man, Washington Commanders is the same type of game that we had. Was it last year, Boss? Where they came and just was physical and played with their hair on fire and beat us?
Yep.
Didn't they do that to us last year, Boss, on the last game?
Beat the snot out of us.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a similar type thing where you got to guard against losing momentum going into the playoffs. You got a much-needed victory off of a 2-game skid versus Detroit. You cannot lose momentum. Hot teams going into the playoffs win. That's just facts, and that's how it is. You need to have a strong, clean showing versus a Commander team that really you should beat down if you're taking care of your business. Look, they got fight. They're going to hustle. They can't pass rush. They can't really cover. I mean, look, they going to give you all they got. They going to throw the kitchen sink at you because guess what? You know, the most dangerous man is a man who has nothing to lose. And they are a team that has absolutely nothing to lose. The Cowboys the Cowboys should run away with this game, in my opinion, at the middle of the third quarter if they're taking care of their business. I think we get this one, guys. But look, man, Cowboys just got to lock in and don't lose momentum. And so that'll be my assessment of this game and also my final word.
All right, man. That was the OC, man. Appreciate it. The OC in the building, man. Take care of man Hannah, man. Take care of Hannah.
All right, bro.
Hey.
Yeah. So, guys, because see, this is the thing that's concerning me about Washington, right? It's what Mike McCarthy said himself. He said the thing that I'm concerned about more than anything is success. Because Mike McCarthy's showing that he know this team. This team, when you pumping them up too much,
they fail.
But when you get on their ass, they shut you up. Like what happened to Michael Parsons 3 weeks ago? It was unanimous. Everybody was like, bro, no. I'm not feeling this friendly lion stuff we seeing. Not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
To the point he had to address the media twice. We ain't had no problems out of him since.
Yeah.
You know what happened to Jordan? Thug Love.
Yeah.
What happened to Jordan Lewis?
He
Big went at him on Twitter. We ain't had no problems out of him since.
He turned into F up.
You know what I'm saying? So it's you know, I'm not saying we not better than Washington. We just need to do what we've been doing for most of this year. Except for Arizona, and Arizona was hard because we had 3 offensive linemen out, and that was the fresh news of Diggs. We've been blowing out the teams we supposed to. I think we need to finish that way, and I'm going to be curious to see it, but it could go different, and we got to be careful. Real talk.
Most certainly.
Well, I'll tell you this. I hate Washington. I'll keep saying how much I hate Washington. I can't stand Washington, and they can't stand Dallas. So to your point and to OC's point before he got off here, and to your point, boss, this is a game where they have nothing to lose, but they consider us their rivals still. It's still personal. That's a personal game. And let me tell you something. Washington would love no better than to knock Dallas out from being the NFC East champs and having a home game. They are going to be pumped. This will make their season.
Yes.
Okay? This is going to make their season if they beat Dallas. Because guess what? Remember last year, we made Sam Howell a quarterback.
Sure did.
Sam Howell was an unknown until he turned up against us, and then he became the starting quarterback for this year because of that game. So don't tell me that they're not going to bring it. But this is how if you beat them up early, they're going to submit. I believe that. I believe if you jump on them early and beat them up early, we'll blow them out. But if they hang around, that's going to be bad. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's going to be bad if we let them hang around. We cannot let them hang around. So to me, this is great. And I like this because we've been hearing how we're terrible on the road, right? And yes, this is not a winning team, but this is a winning situation.
Mm-hmm.
So for us to win on the road, even if this team does not have a good record or it's not a good team, what's at stake makes this a game like a playoff game because of what's at stake. Because you can get home field advantage, and you would want that. You will want to be able to play some home games, right? But this is a good test to shut up naysayers that you can win a game when it counts, right? And like OC said, this is even more momentum. You don't want to have bad momentum heading into the playoffs. And this is a rival. And if you go in there and beat them down, I would love to have a game. Remember when we had in 2014 where this didn't mean nothing? This does mean something, but it didn't mean nothing that game because we already wrapped it up. But Dallas played all their starters. Dez went off. DeMarco Murray went off. Romo went off, and we smashed them boys, dropped like 40-something points on them heading into the playoffs, and we had that great momentum. I want that type of momentum going into the playoffs. Not, damn, we just beat them only by 1 point. No, we need to work them boys and let everybody know who we are stepping into these playoffs.
Showtime said, and before you go, Law, my boy Showtime Sports said, Big Game James right. As someone who's been born and raised in this they not our rival. They refer to it here as Dallas Week. They don't like us, but we shouldn't be scared. They soft. Good point. Good point.
They soft.
And before you go, Law, I just want to say one thing real quick, because I've been wanting to say this the whole show, but while it's on my mind, I want to say it before Law take up the topic of the Washington Commanders. We've been talking about some of the old media people that have been, taking cheap digs and kind of acting goofy and stuff like that. But I also want to pause and make sure that people know it's a very small minority of them doing that.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of old media are very cool with us.
Mm-hmm.
No tripping, always respect. Brian Broaddus, very respectful of new media. Cal Yeoman, we could call him this week. He will probably be on next week. You know what I'm saying? Nick Harris, he would come on like that. And cool. You know what I'm saying? No tripping, no big eyes like Law would say, little U's, none of that. You know? So I want people to understand that mostly we are locked in with a lot of the people, that's old media and like them and they like us. So I just want to be clear on that. It's just a couple of, people that's, to me, looking like some clout chasers. I just want to say that before you take on Washington, Law.
No, and salute to Clarence Hill and Cowboy too. Salute to all of the old media, man, and how they move and operate. And the Washington team, everybody have a Dallas week. We never have Washington week. We never have Eagles week or Giants week. It's always they gear up and they get ready, booted and suited up to play us. It wasn't strange that the Buffalo Bills made it kind of personal when we played them. Boy, I love losing Super Bowl. If anybody wanted to beat the Cowboys, would have been them, right? And the Miami Dolphins. So they were playing we them boys after they done beat us. So it's always a celebration, right? And they forgot they had to play another game next week and got drugged. It's still a record out there. I think teams were like 1-9 or something like that after they played the Cowboys, because as finessed as the Cowboys appear to be, people gear up to play this finesse team, and we put the beating on them mentally, right? Because they feel like they won something. But I'm going to say this, though. Yes, I got this game circled as a must-win game.
Mm-hmm.
I do, because we got to win on the road, and on top of that, we are in this situation, whereas from a psychological warfare, the Eagles are saying that they're going to rest some of their starters. You see what they're trying to do? Right? Yep. And we're going to play all starters, right? But they're trying to go ahead and concede to the fact that they're getting into the playoffs, and whatever happened against the Giants, whether it be a L organically, they're going to say to themselves, hey, man, we were resting our starter. They want to use that as a corner in the back pocket. But the Cowboys, we need to flex our starters. We need to get out there and get these guys going, whether it be clock management for Mike McCarthy / Dak Prescott. They got to be on the same page. And what the world we're going to do with this run game, we got to make sure we solidify that run game, especially since it's on the road. Quite sure that the Cowboys got to make sure that their keys and checks are there, because we got to hear this right here. Yes, indeed. And of course, there's always a knock with the Cowboys. Can they play outside? Can they play inside? Can they play on the moon? Can they play? Look, it's the same football field. It's a football field.
Yeah, they play on the moon.
I can't stand Washington Stadium because of how terrible it is. Got sink spots and holes. I just can't stand that stadium. But we got to play out there on the grass. And we just got to do what we got to do and stop buying into what color jerseys we wear, how long the cleats are. Look, get your mindset. Bald-headed Dak going to be out there with the beard intact. It's crazy. Have you noticed that the MVP candidate now is Lamar? But won't y'all tell you, won't they pull up this right here, Boss and Big Game James? since I believe week 9, the Ravens got #1 scoring defense, #1 in takeaways, #1 in total yards. They don't allow nobody to get yards on them. And nobody talking about Lamar Jackson being carried, right? They look at that as a well-oiled completion team, a completion of a team. But when it was the Cowboys with all of that, they were saying that, hey, that team is carrying Dak, right? So it's always we're going to get the blunt of the negative connotation.
Facts.
Just like last week, oh, it's a lucky win. But what about the Miami game? Was that a lucky loss? You see? See, so we always gonna get hated. So we just gotta still take on that villain role. Hey, all of those Washington fans in the stadium, they gonna be talking their noise, but we gonna hit them with this right here. Come on with it. Y'all already know I'm looking for it. Here it is right here. If they only know.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Yes, indeed. Let's go, man. Let's be that villain. Let's stomp them out at their home and, hey, get ready to bench Dak at fourth quarter again. You know, come on, baby. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best.
Drop it hard.
Let's go.
That boy he had to get the early button on that one. Yes, it did. All right, hold on real quick. Tripping. All right, rapid fire. We gonna hit these next ones rapid fire. First of all,
super chats. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And we got super chats. First, before we hit the super chats, I do want to. First of all, I want to say one thing real quick. Foots the King has committed to being on the final word for next week. It's gonna be the first time that he's coming to the final word. So,
Foots.
Yeah, Foots the King. So obviously that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be my first time actually doing content with him. So just wanted to kind of let people know he has a big following. He's a good YouTuber. So, you know, y'all already know that's going to be some fun content. But I want to say this real quick. Law, shout out to you, bro.
Appreciate it.
Because you stood
on
this.
It.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Law stood on it, bro. Law, you stood on it.
What was your numbers, Law?
Yeah.
Oh man, I wrote it. Man,
you
remember
said
your numbers?
1600. I remember. He said 1600.
These are the numbers that you
He went crazy on the touchdowns.
You went crazy on the touchdowns,
but
the catches,
yards,
and I even thought you was absurd.
Yeah. Shout out to you,
I'm
Law.
gonna keep it real.
I gotta keep it real, bro. I ain't forget about that. I was looking. I was like, is Law gonna hit it? Is Law gonna hit it? Law said he gonna hit 1600.
1600, and I said he was gonna shatter he was gonna tie or break Dez Bryant touchdown record, and it's 16, right? Unless he go crazy in this game.
He ain't doing that, but hey, he's the first.
How many touchdowns he got?
He is the first receiver. He's got 10 touchdowns. He is the first receiver since Dak's been quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys to have double-digit receiving touchdowns with Dak.
Wow. Dang.
I gotta play this. This is for you, Law, and everybody else, because this is so. I felt this with all my heart. Listen, y'all. Listen to this.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How could you describe CeeDee Lamb tonight?
Remarkable. That's who CeeDee Lamb is. Tonight, what a great opportunity for him just to have the game that he had, understanding that he was coming in this game with records on the line. Which I didn't know about until you guys informed me. But I told you I'd be sure that he got that. And
ooh, Dak say, I'm finna feed this boy. Y'all right. Spicy Dak is that dude, bro.
Spicy Dak.
Spicy Dak is that. Man, he say, forget them calls. We finna feed CD. We gonna give him that record tonight.
He's getting it tonight. On Ring of Honor, Jimmy Johnson? Yeah, he's getting it tonight.
That's dope, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing. But listen, it get better.
And the yards after catch, getting open after the 2.3, beating man coverage, getting in the right spots and zones. He can do it all, and he's continuing to get better, wants to get better, hungry to get better, hungry for the ball. Has one of the most hungriest, I guess you can say, mindsets that I've been around in this game of football, and it's fun. Obviously, with a similar mindset, when the ball in your hands, I can definitely understand and relate. And so, It makes it easy, makes my job easy, and he's special. He's really just getting going, and I can tell you, as long as I'm here, he'll probably stack these records each and every year, to be honest with you. So this is only the beginning.
He not bullshitting.
He not.
I agree too. Every word that he said.
You remember back in the day, boss, when y'all remember in the back in the day when we had the conversation, right? What, last year? It's so funny how me and OC was game changer with Lamb when we had Cooper, right?
Yeah.
And then y'all was like, no, it's Cooper.
Yeah.
And then we switched up and was like, yeah, y'all right, it's cool, but Lamb's still a beast. And then we was like, man, Lamb ain't even a number one, dog. He tripping. Lamb, remember we had that conversation? We was like, Lamb ain't a number one. He tripping.
He was.
And it's good to see this growth, y'all, because of the ebbs and flows of we seen his career.
Yes.
His ebbs and flows of his career. We've seen it.
Yes.
We've seen the growth.
Yes.
That's why it's more amazing to me, and I'm like sure to y'all, we've seen it firsthand, the ebbs and flows of his career, and to see what he's doing now is just really good. Because just to that point, when I was watching him in the lineup, when they was just like, oh, he's slot guy. No, he was outside guy. He was slot guy. He was I can play wherever I want guy.
Right.
And you can't guard me guy.
Yeah.
Y'all feel me?
The number one thing that people try to do to CeeDee Lamb is to discredit him, right? And not realizing that, he was handcuffed. He was in a system that brought to you by 4 curls, right? And we've seen how
still got
the numbers
and still got numbers.
Still got numbers and still was able to put up with no design, man, with no scheme and getting open, no clear outs, no deep drags, no crossing routes, none of that stuff, right? So CeeDee Lamb came upon himself to always work hard. And one of the key things that Dak Prescott said, me and him work hard, right? But I'll be remiss to not add in the real Delafonte Diamond. He's a pure trainer. He's on Instagram, giving him a shout out, man, and plugging his channel. I put it on my YouTube page because he hit me up and said, hey, man, check out. This is what CeeDee Lamb is doing now. This is what we're working on with CeeDee Lamb now. And I appreciate him for the updates on CeeDee Lamb because he know that I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, but he takes out time to tag me and also jump into the DMs and show me, like, hey, this is what he's working on. This dude is crazy workout warrior, sun up to sundown. And CeeDee Lamb background as it relates to being a running back creates that opportunity for short area. Yeah, short area quickness. They probably looked at him and said, oh, he's slim. Nah, CeeDee Lamb got a good, powerful punch, man.
Yeah.
And he got bigger this year, pause. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He got bigger, man. So salute to him, man. So I'm quite sure that, whatever Jerry got to pay for next year, man, go ahead, pay that man. You got to pay that man. Yeah.
Ooh, he about to get his aid.
Yeah.
His aid. He about to get his aid. But to your point, Law, about the strength, CD's always kind of been one of those wiry guys, but he's always had that. There's guys that are slim, but they have that wiry strength. I'll put my hand in that. But anyway, they're wiry guys, but you underestimate them because they wiry and they don't look like that strength. Randy Gregory to me was another person where he wasn't a big guy. He was long and kind of not lanky, but he was kind of wiry, but he had power and strength. And that's what CeeDee Lamb has. And to your point though, Law, he has gotten a lot bigger. I seen him when he got the one catch and then he had to get like a yard and he went straight forward against the defender from the lines. I can't remember the guy, but he went straight into him and just pushed him straight back. And I was like, okay, yeah, he CeeDee's strong now.
Yeah, he's strong, man. And it's nowhere else but up from here even more. So
yeah. They gave him a drug test. They said they drug tested him after the game.
Fucking drug test, bro.
It's unreal, man.
You know how crazy you going for that
That's
to happen,
crazy.
Bro?
That's crazy.
You know what that mean? They looked at the game and they was like, hold on, this is what they said.
He on drugs.
Oh, hell no.
That's steroids. That's what they said, bro. They was looking at him play and they was like,
he on drugs.
Yeah. Oh, hell no.
Test him. test him, because you ain't supposed to go off like that. See, and let me tell you something. This is what make Law, what you said, even underrated, bro. People forgot they start targeting CD late.
Yeah.
What if they would have targeted CD Lamb at the beginning of the season?
Hey, boss. And think about this too, boss. Think about this too, boss and Law. CD done sat out some games. Third and fourth quarters.
Facts. Oh yeah. And that. And forget.
Come on now.
And you know they wasn't passing on blowouts.
It was not passing. And he wasn't getting the rock. And he was out of there. So you got to look how many games he sat out that he could have had even more astronomical numbers.
Exactly.
He could have had 2,000 yards, y'all.
That's my whole point.
He could have had 2,000 yards.
This could have been a Calvin Johnson year.
Yeah,
man.
he could have had 2,000 yards.
For real. And people
really
got to really stop and pause on that. Like 1,600, that's great. But now that dude, if he would have been used right, we now can say CD Lamb is likely a 2K receiver, bro. He got that type of talent.
And they started this after week 5. So that's what we're talking about, man. This all started after week 5, and it even proved everything. So I was trying to tell my brother, the twin maker, he was trying to say that Brandon Ayuk and CD Lamb is like similar. Like, dude, nah. Because when you playing the 49ers, twin, it's Debo, CMC, Kittles, and then you can look at Brandon Ayuk and wherever they line them up. And I'm not saying Ayuk is trash or anything, but this is just when you play the Cowboys, 88, where he at on the field, let's try to slow him down. I know Brandon Cooks may get a few here and there, and Jake Ferg, but it ain't the same as what they're doing over there in 49ers. They're just doing a whole different thing. They're not focusing in on Brandon Ayuk.
Man,
let's just keep it real, y'all. Let's just keep it real. Just like when Dez and Michael Irvin used to get the ball with that 88, it starts turning the team up. Y'all know it. When Michael Irvin started getting that damn ball early and we started moving, the team started changing. When Dez got that ball early and he started flexing on people, we got hyped. The team got hyped. We was moving that damn ball. That's the same thing with CD. When CD starts really getting that ball, y'all, when he really, all early and often, and look at all the receivers that then copy that. When he does the first down, everybody, all them receivers now in college, and when he just gets that first down, they all copying it now, boss. They all copying it now. I see him in college. I see him in the NFL. Y'all copying CD, dog. Y'all all copying his style, man. Y'all copying his style. I see him in high school doing it, boss. They copying.
The power of the 88, bro.
The 88 is something else.
Dog, and he living up to it, bro, which is crazy, bro. Like, we mess around and got really, truly a top 2 receiver, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He could have got 2,000, though. He could have
had 2,000.
He could have had 2,000. All right, so
he
we
could have
get
had
to
2,000. Super Jets.
I just
Supers.
Before we get to the super chats, I just want to be petty just one time, just real quick.
Okay.
Real quick.
Petty. Oh,
I gotta be
Does
petty.
it matter?
This the last
They can come closer than close. Yeah. Original, they never will be.
Come on, he.
Man, that was a perfect drop for this, bro. That was the perfect drop, bro. Playing with the pressure of the Dallas Cowboys targets on your back every game is hard. Heavy is the crown, and be careful what you wish for.
Love y'all.
You must be built a certain way to get teams' best punch every week. And Philly, you not built like us.
No, you ain't. Y'all scream like y'all are though.
But you
see that yelling don't get you nowhere, right, boss?
Yeah.
That it's always, I always say the ones who talk the loudest or scream the loudest is not the toughest ones in the crowd. You feel what I'm saying? So we ain't tripping on all that screaming and noise and all that yelling and hollering. We see this right now. You feel me? Y'all been getting punched in the mouth. And I'm going to have to give my own pat on the back on this one, Boss Cowboys and Law Nation. I said y'all was going to have a 3-game losing streak on a tweet. I specifically said you're going to have a San Francisco-like streak where you're going to lose 3 in a row. I called that for you, Eagles. Then I called after the Cardinals beat the Cowboys. I said the Cardinals were going to upset you. I stayed on that train all year long. And I said they were going to beat you in Philly. I said Kyler Murray was going to kick y'all's butts. And that's what happened. Y'all going to go in the playoffs, and y'all going to be one and done.
They implode real quickly. Nobody have a longer face than an Eagle fan, right? And it's so crazy to me is that all year long they were talking about we want to beat bad teams. Well, y'all struggle against the bad teams that we beat. And on top of that, when y'all lose to the teams that hey, we lose to too. So so it's just what it is. And then
we
on
blew
top
y'all
of that,
out.
Yeah. And we blew y'all out, and they try to contextualize the fact that, week 9 that they beat us. Like, nah, we beat ourselves in that game.
Right.
So we had more of a L in that game from you guys not giving it to us. We gave it to ourselves. And on top of that, the difference is with the Cardinals situation, that was your house. That was your house. They came in, you know what I'm saying, and beat you down.
Y'all were winning
Nobody do that to us in our house.
And y'all were winning 21-6.
Right.
They scored 29 unanswered points in your house. Kyler Murray was 13 of 14 for 133 and 3 touchdowns in the second half. James Conner ran for 118 yards in the second half. I don't want to hear Eagles talking to me about nothing.
Nathan, come on, Eagles, man. Y'all, they sit back and they try to talk all of that stuff. And they scared, they beat Bills, but it's not like they beat the Bills down. Well, it's their natural voice too, man, by the way. We beat the Bills. That's a qualifying win. Y'all couldn't do that. Oh, yes. And we beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That's a qualifying. Dude, that dude dropped the ball. It was in his phalanges. It was wet and raining, And come on, man. If the dude turned the other way, the Bills game, y'all lose that one too.
Josh Allen touchdown. You feel me? And your field goal kicker kicked a 59-yarder with like 9 seconds left in the game. Hey, man, a lot of things happen for you in the game. Come on, dog. Y'all can't even be
season long, man. Even if you go back to that Miami game, although the score was 31-17, but if you go back deep into that game and start watching, they took a touchdown off the table from Tyreek Hill. They extended
and that changed the game.
By talking
that
about a late
changed
hit
the game,
on Jalen Hurts. Come on, man. You look, get out of here.
Yeah,
but touchdown they took away was
letting y'all cook. I said, I knew where to go. I knew they was gonna cook too. I just sit back. I said, let me just throw this Philly out here. These dudes for to eat this. Oh man, yeah, for real. Nah,
They said Miami rested their starter. Yeah, Miami had no Jalen Ramsey, no Xavier Howard. 2 of their offensive linemen was out, and they try to talk about
just got knocked right.
Yeah. Well, we beat Miami, and y'all couldn't beat Miami. We better. I said, wait till y'all play the 49ers. We gonna beat 49ers. We beat them last year in the playoff, and y'all can't do that. Remember, we better fly, Eagles, fly. Come on, all that stuff. I'm saying, like, boy, I love that
video
game.
With that damn voice. You need to make a video with that damn voice.
I gotta make sure you can spell.
Yeah.
Boy, Law cold. It was, hey, spell it. Let's first, before you talk to me, spell Eagles. Let's make sure you guys can spell.
Hey, old boy was like, hey, I asked that boy to spell it. He was like, oh.
Yeah, he paused. He paused. He took his time. EAGLE.
Yeah, he goes. He didn't say it would come. He didn't get confident until he got to the S. He goes. Hey, I would have crushed him if I said, hey, spell Philadelphia. He would have been like, oh, Lord.
All right, man, let's get to these super chats, man. Let me go. I'm going to do mine first because I only.
No, let me do mine first because y'all probably might have some more than mine.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So I'm starting.
That damn bud.
That damn kid. Lord have mercy.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to my guy Dwayne Brown for the $5 Holly. Said great show. Salute. Got to be at work at 5. Make sure you're safe up there in the streets. I know Dwayne is a big supporter on all channels, so shout out to him on that. Got a $5 holler from Chris 214. We need to have a plan for our other main targets, Cooks and Ferguson. I truly believe teams will sell out to stop CD. He's playing out of his mind. Andre Robinson with the $5 holler. I like Dak the Mac in red, not bean pie Prescott.
Ooh.
LOL.
That boy say bean pie Prescott.
He said bean pie. I like that one.
That's cold.
And then we got $2 holler from my dog, the Lunatic. Let's let Dak 4K deal DC4L. The Lunatic is a big supporter. And here's a question right here for a $2 holler. This is my last one. How can we help steal more? And I think maybe he was referencing maybe to Leo Collins or whatever, but he asked that question. How can we help Terrence steal more? That's fine.
I got some. Go ahead. Boss take your glasses off.
Yeah, Boss took his glasses off on that one.
I'm gonna jump through mine real quick. I had some good ones here. I got a $5 super chat. He said, "Did y'all see Micah diagnosing plays exactly where they were going?" See,
that's why we like him at linebacker.
Man, yeah, Micah.
He was Sean Lee in it.
Oh yeah,
Micah. The last 2 games, man.
He just telling us to
keep putting that pressure on podcast Parsons. Keep putting the pressure on him. Yeah,
he just telling us to shut up. All we gotta do to Micah said, man, is he losing a step? He don't look right. That's all we gotta say about him. He'll go ahead and have 20 tackles next week, next game, boss.
He got a
lot of pride. For real.
He got a lot of pride.
He got a lot of pride, and I like that.
Don't talk about him.
He took the challenge. He took the challenge, bro. Like.
Yes.
And I'm So shout out to Michael Parsons on that, man. Respect. Then my boy trucking them balls for the boss. Your number one bullshit guy on that bow tie Dak take. You number one on the wee woo. Yeah, I mean, hey, it depends, bro. Say some of these ladies will upgrade you, bro. It's what it is. Yeah. I don't need no bullshit about
the ladies
that.
will definitely upgrade
Some
you.
of them will. They go look at you and have a vision for you. Especially if you ain't right. If you
I'm gonna get you together.
Yeah, especially if you ain't got no style. You know.
Yeah,
what
they will put you there. They'll
some
get
of them
right.
go be like, shh. They go put that gold chain on you. They go, you know what I mean?
Let's go shopping.
Let's go shop. They gonna have you looking. Man, tell the truth. Dak ain't never been. I saw Dak the other day. Dak had a double-breasted suede coat.
Yeah.
I said, man, say, dog, who is this? Yeah, somebody said Dak got more money. No, Dak had money. He just couldn't dress around there looking goofy with them bow ties.
Yeah, true.
Hey, tucking the sweater inside his.
I could say both kind of could be true because them checks do hit a little different now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I got a few more. My boy Jabari said, have problems running back now. Does that mean we should have drafted someone other than Deuce?
Yes.
Yeah, we had plenty of opportunity for
Keaton Mitchell. I know when I saw Keaton Mitchell, I said, damn, that's Big Game James guy who running all over for the Ravens.
Running all over everywhere. We ain't looking
hope all is well with him though, you know.
Right.
Yeah, he got hurt.
And then my boy Chris 214. Appreciate it. Chris 214 super chatting over here with Big, with Lyle. See, that's
shout
love,
out to
bro.
Chris 214.
Chris 214. See, look, we need about 20 more
like
Chris 214s, and
Yeah, I like this holla too. I like that holla.
You got another? Oh, what he said? Sheep concern themselves
right
with the opinion of lions. New media. Yeah. See, he said that when we was basically going in on all these haters and stuff like that. It ain't a lot.
Yeah, and to your point, boss, I just want to say that too. Before it all gets to that, I ain't trying to, disrespect nobody in these streets. But I just, so I don't want to make it look like I'm hating on, any old media, because I know a lot of old media people. You feel me?
Yeah.
A lot of good relationships.
That's good people.
A lot of good and great people, great relationships. Kyle Humans, he my guy. Like he my guy. You feel me? So it's a lot of great guys.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Jess. We can go on and on.
People that kind of know who they are, and that's what I was really saying with it. But the people we've had are all the people that we've had on the final word in the off season and things of that nature. Flame, great relationships.
It do come a point to where you got to bust someone in the mouth though. Because see, I'm gonna say this real quick, Big. Sometimes I think we too respectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know how it
they
goes.
can't be safe. Just being real, they can't be safe to literally go at the duns in our space. Law is a dun. Tuck is a dun in the space, bro.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
In the mafia, you got to get permission before you try to put a hit on one of us. So at some point, we got to get the click clacks when y'all start doing too much. Because on my next one, I'm gonna start dropping names.
Yeah, I feel you. I that's why I'm
gonna
getting,
start dropping names, bro.
Hey, boss, the last two. If you looked at my tweets, I've already put the tweets in the air about the divisiveness and the faction. I've already put the tweets in the air, so I've already been addressing it. And I want to stay professional with it.
Me too.
But I just feel like,
at some point,
I'm agreeing with you. You get what I'm saying? But it's just like it gets to the point like y'all just coming off as straight haters, and I feel like sometimes you're just going against
us.
I just really feel it in my heart. That's why I said it in the very beginning of the show, not to take away from you, Law, the super chats.
No. You good.
Anything like that, boss. Too, I apologize.
You good.
But I feel it strongly in these streets that there's shots towards us. In my heart, just from me. I just feel like they're trying to shoot us down because maybe we say positive things in the streets, and then it's so what? Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I want to say something more, but I'm not. I'm gonna just leave it alone because it's got a tone to it, and that's what I'm gonna just say, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
And the boss say,
what I learned is though, boss and Big Game James. Sometimes they got a narrow corner that they can only fight in, and that's on the Twitter app, the X app. And what I learned is, okay, all right, yeah, you throw your shots there, but I can take your comments and take your fight to where my people at too. I can take it to YouTube. I can take it to TikTok. I can take it to Instagram and Facebook. So your reach may be good, but nobody got a bigger reach than me because I'm only speaking. I'm not trying to be cocky when I say that, but those are facts. So when I take what you said, and then okay, yours is opinionated, right? And everyone have an opinion. But if I take it and amplify it and put it on all four corners of the world, then Law is on top of it. Then you have to bow down to me, So that's how I like to take it sometimes. I take it. I said, okay, all right, yeah, you winning in this battle. But what I'm seeing now is that the people are migrating back to the X app, back to the Twitter app, and also protecting the Law over here. So those numbers, man, start growing on the X app now. So shoot, y'all better leave new media alone because we don't ride by ourselves, man. We rolling with some big heavy hitters, like you say, with J Tuck, with Boss Cowboy Sports, you as well, Big Game James and beyond. So ain't nothing we can't touch, man. We reach out and touch, and it's really good. And the difference is we out here in these streets.
We out here for the people.
Yes, indeed. So I love it, man. I love it.
Get permission before you go out of done.
Oh, yeah. They better get that permission.
You better
because
get permission.
then they slide back in the DM. Oh, man, hey, I apologize. I didn't know it was going to be like that. Yeah, you didn't know it, huh? Yeah, the nation is big over here, Yeah. Come on with it.
Yeah, and then don't even talk about the shooters.
Ooh, the snipe games.
See, don't talk about the fans that support us. Don't get them going.
Oh my God!
Did you see how many people came over here from just CFT? What if CFT was like a real Don and said, "Get them,
get them"?
See, they don't know we holding back. That's what they don't know.
We hold. Like, say that again. Say that again, bro.
They don't know that. It's like, bro, we can make your Twitter life hell.
Really can.
We can make your whole Twitter life hell. And the people that rock with us will be down to do it. Yeah. So I'll put it like this. All we want to do is talk football and ideas to win games. Don't go to a place you don't want.
Yeah.
Let me get back to these super chats, man. For real.
Woo!
You better get permission before you go out of
Okay, let me see. All right, so Dirty Sanchez.
I got two more.
Oh, you got two more? My bad.
Just real quick, my boy Amp said, in a Cowboys world full of sons, do these free agent Bowser stand a chance? Nope. And then JC Cowboys Network say, Shout out to my guy Boss, man. Appreciate the JC Network and everybody else. Go ahead, Law. My bad.
Salute the JC Network. Let me see if I can pull this up. Boom. Here we go. I got Dirty Sanchez and give him a heart right here. He says the only thing we need this pro season is for our referees to start calling holding penalties for Micah Parsons. And I promise you, we are Super Bowl bound. You know, here's my thoughts on this, y'all. When people say that the aficionados, pretty much we got the aficionados in our bag, there's been 42 quarters of a no-hold call on Parsons. What are the odds of that? And if we got the refs in our back pocket, why do we lead the league in penalties?
Right.
Right. How's that even possible? That don't even make sense, though. You know. Yes, indeed. So, and they can't beat us if that happened. You're right, Dirty Sanchez. And then I got Chris214 who spread the love on everybody's channel. I appreciate you there for the $5 super chat. OC does, boss. Do Bass clear Chuma playing at left guard, and what the difference is in your opinion? Unfortunately, the OC is gone. Maybe we'll double back when he comes back next week, and we'll ask him that. Dr. Jack says, play best 5 offensive linemen. He got Tyron, Tyler, Zach, Collins, Terrence. Zach, I don't think Zach Martin can play center, yo. You know. He said, can Zach Martin play center? Run game will be awesome and pass protection will be solid. I don't think Zach Martin can play center. I know he can probably play it, but I don't think he's designed to do that, y'all. Right. Too cool for the 1999 super chat. Appreciate you. He says Mike need to get his management skills together. He's costing us also. In order to win the Super Bowl, they need to ride CD. He needs to get at least 800 yards in the playoffs. What's your thoughts on that?
It was wrong. I mean, we proved it tonight that, Mike McCarthy got blamed for something he didn't even do. So it's a lot of narratives that be out there that this is why you got to go to new media, because the thing about us, and I admit it, I was one of them people that was banging on Mike, but I'm also going to say I was wrong about that. You know what I mean? And that I learned from that the next time I'm going to slow down. I'm going to let the press conferences and everything get finished, listen to all the evidence before I make a snap judgment on Mike. I think we should all do that. Just let's first pause, hear it out, get the evidence, and then render a judgment.
I feel you on that. They say measure twice, cut once, boss.
Right. Yep.
In big game games. But here's my thing. Like when I'm doing play-by-play, I tell people, hey, you got a fan and you got an analyst at the same time. Right. You got to allow me to be a fan a little bit.
True.
And I got to, and at least I ain't cussing. Yeah. I try to hold back just a little bit.
Great point, Law.
So let me be that.
Great point. Yeah. That is a fantastic point by Law. Yeah, let us be human, but we go always revert back to what's the truth. Good point.
Yep. And that's why I say even win, lose, or draw, allow us all the way up into the final word. And then we move on after Tuesday onto the next team opponent. That's the flow as it been all year. How you ever notice when we lose, they're like, hey, move on to the next week. Nah. Let us go through the all let us go through the film. And even when we win, nah. Let us do this, Jay says, Jamie Point says, CD is still young and he using his speed and strength and skill he was born with. Once he experience and knowledge, he'll kick in. It is a wash. Okay, so it is not a wash, but is a guarantee that he's going to the Hall of Fame once all of that stuff kick in, Jay. Appreciate you for your support. Pedro says, Piro Pinche Cowboy, Don Law, appreciate you, man. And Get Her Done Gaming, $199 for your mind. All three of you guys are pure true goats, man. Appreciate you. And then James Davis, thank you for being a member for 23 months, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate everybody for y'all super chats. Let's go.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get into these final words, man. We can get up out of here.
No doubt.
This is the last final word of the season, y'all. So I want to first say, man, it's been a pleasure going to war with you boys, man. Fighting every week for ideas to help this team win. We didn't take no days off. We stuck with it and we kept first thing first. I love this show. I love doing this. It's never hard. It's always easy. The OC was right. We could wake up and wipe the coals from our eyes and just give fire content because it's in our hearts. So that's the first thing I want to say, man, is good work by everybody. And I appreciate working with you boys. I really do. The second thing that I'm going to say is my final word is because it's also the last final word, I want to talk about the things that I want to see going into Washington preparing for the playoffs.
Good points.
Details and discipline. Because if we been all the way honest, which we go do over here, we got some concerns when it comes down to details and discipline, right? I want us to use the last game to show that we, especially in the red zone, know how to close out on the details and the discipline. Like, think about it. Hunter with the fumble. Pollard, where he didn't put his head down. Even CeeDee Lamb, as great as his game was, he left some points on the field.
Yeah,
we can't afford that going to the playoffs. We got to clean all that shit up. Everybody for the Cowboys need to lock into a bunch of details and a bunch of discipline, because it's not going to be the big plays. It's going to be the little things that's going to take us out. So as we go into Washington, I really want to say this is my final word. Nothing even close to the same old Cowboys to where we take a game to where we supposed to own and it end up being competitive. For the whole year, you've been doing a great job of when we've been favored, we beat your ass. Finish out like that, but at the same time, do it with details and discipline. That is my final word.
Well, first of all, great final word, boss.
That's great.
That was an awesome final word. I will echo those sentiments as far as this was another great season in the books with you guys. Shout outs to Boss, because Boss, when I don't hate to say it, but when we had the late night high with me and Law and Sky, when it ended, I'm gonna still go back to the thing was in flux. Boss brought all this back together. You feel me? Boss put a lot of this back together, became the point guard Magic Johnson-esque, and that's what he's done. I mean, a lot of y'all saw these great interviews that we had with the media. That was Boss Cowboys going hard in the paint. You feel me? Putting that together, put that blueprint together. He really worked it in the off season. I mean, he really prepped the final word like no other and put us in even a different dimension. So shout outs to Boss, and then Law, my dog 100K, man.
For real.
What else can you say?
Exactly.
My man is 100K, dog. Do you know how hard that is?
What?
You know how hard it is to get 100K subscribers?
Man.
111 now. Do y'all know how hard that is to
Law
get
done lapped me
111 subscribers? And I can say I've been doing this for 7 years, and I saw Law then. So I'm even more impressed because I saw the numbers 7 years ago.
Right.
And I see them now.
Right.
So to me, it's been nothing but short of amazing.
Amazing.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing short of amazing. I got nothing but love and respect for that hard work. You feel me? Because Law puts in work like no other.
Facts.
That dude do shows when I be like, damn. I be trying to be like, I ain't going live right now because Law going live. I got to find the times when he ain't live. I'm like, Law, can you let him, man?
Y'all just go live, man.
Going live. Let me get some work, Law.
Damn, Law.
I want somebody to
another marathon?
Yeah.
Yeah, my boy Law be grinding.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I just want to give a shout out. And shout outs to the OC too, man. OC is awesome, dog. He's taught me so much. He's taught me so much about the offensive line.
Yes.
So much. And I just want to make sure I give him his flowers, his great depth of insight with the offensive line and just the way he presents. And I just really listen to him when he talks, especially when he talks football. I make sure I just listen because he has a lot of great things to say. So shout out to the OC. And my final word is just echoing off of Boss with Washington. This is a huge game. This is a must-win game, like Law Nation said. This is a must-win game. And this is a game where we need to start to prove the naysayers wrong. Yep. This is where you started, right here. You're going against a team that hates you. They're going to try to do everything to beat you in this game to make an example out of you. But we need to go in there, like Boss said. We need to go in there with details and discipline. And we need a 2014 game where we go in there and blow these boys out. We need to blow them out at their house on the road. Because if you don't, those questions are creeping in from the media, the fans, all that noise is going to start. And Cowboys, and how many times we heard this, Boss and Law? Cowboys have a grand opportunity to take this. All they have to do is this, and then what happens?
Yeah, it falls.
How many times we heard that, y'all? Yeah. How many times we heard that song? Cowboys have a grand opportunity. They can take a hold of this if they win this game. Cowboys can do this if they just win this game. And then we fail. This can't happen this game, y'all. Must-win game, Cowboys. Bring the heat, because this might catapult you into that extra air that we're talking about heading into these playoffs. Let's break the curse, y'all. That's my final word.
Yeah.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
No doubt, man. I appreciate the flowers, man.
Right. I want my flowers while I'm living.
I appreciate y'all so much, man. I appreciate y'all, man. The grind is necessary, but I try to make fun of it, man. And you guys give me energy, man. You know, y'all give me a piece of my mind. You know, it's difficult. You know, going into this year and then finishing out this year was astonishing, and not to cry or anything, because you know I'm a little emotional about it. But I know that you guys got my back, right? And even when I wanted to throw the towel in and give up, you guys continue to push me, right? So it's one of those things, man, that, you know, appreciate you, Boss, for giving me that call, you know, just checking in on me. And you, Big Game James, for leaving that voicemail message, man. And I never got back to you, but I heard every word of it. You know what I mean, bro? But, you know, it's always me just trying to find hope. Hold on, pain is ending, right? The mental mindset of it, and always trying to say, okay, the things I talk about help elevate the people that want to do this space. But it's like a dream that I can't wake up out of, because I'm talking about a sport that I love. I'm talking about a team that I love, and I'm talking to people that I love, right? And even, you know, sometimes I miss the trolls, man. I like it when the Eagles fans in there, man, so I can pick on them a little bit, right? And when they can't spell eagle, right? So I like all of this, man. So it's one of those things where I give you guys the play-by-play of my life, and I also give you the play-by-play of this sport. But the Cowboys, back to football, the Cowboys, this is a must-win game, and they got to be victorious on the road to prove everybody that, hey, man, you know, not to everybody, but to themselves, to know that, hey, even in the playoff, if it's on the road, hey, we came out here to cease everything. That's our mantra for this year. And, hey, we got Jimmy Johnson in the Ring of Honor, man. Come on, man.
Let's go.
You know, that was the dry eye in the building, man, when he accepted that a Ring of Honor thing, man. And seeing all of the Cowboys greats out there surrounding Jimmy Johnson, I know that it meant everything for them too. Seeing my favorite quarterback, Troy, seeing my favorite running back, Emmett, and seeing one of my favorite wide receivers, the playmaker out there, meant everything to me, right? So I appreciate everybody, man. Let me quit talking before I start crying, man. I've already got the watery eyes under here. Let's go, baby. Let's get on up out of here. Come on, let's go.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
Remember, here, man.
You're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
That boy ain't never lied. You are listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it. Woo! Man, good work, fellas. Another year. Now let's take it home.
Yes, sir.
Hey, boss, hang tight, man. I gotta tell you what happened with Mozzie.
Bet. Appreciate that.
Big Game James, if you can.
Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Let's get it, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like
I've been
on the
really
way
in
out.
the
If you
field,
ain't
lot of rush, I
subscribed
love the
to our
feel.
channel,
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
take it to another level.
Don't
Share
need no
this.
deals, I make the deal.
Get your
Have to
shares
take it
up.
to a meal. Lately,
Get
I
these
just
shares
wanna run it
up.
up. Yeah. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.